I know you see me standing here.
Hi, chat.
Do I look?
How's the audio? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I was
gonna say, I was like, I need to turn that off right fucking now.
So wait a damn minute.
Yeah.
Now there was an echo. Not no more.
Not no mo, chat.
No
no mo. Okay, there's that. Rumble, let me add you guys really quick so you guys can participate. I want to use this one, but this thing kind of fucking sucks. Like, it doesn't have good signal because that thing doesn't have the antennas on it. She doesn't know what I'm talking about.
How's everyone's Saturday going? Stop it. I can't.
Calm down.
I can't figure out my level, man. It's different. Guys, Nico's been making fun of me all weekend.
I'm trying to just get her to like get it out, chat, because she's got to get used to one, getting flamed, which is gonna happen on here, and then two, just getting behind the camera, you know. Okay, let's see here.
Happy anniversary, October Skies. And thank you. My mouth is dry. You should get an American flag tuxedo. That would be very patriotic.
Nah.
Okay. Maybe I'll get an American flag tuxedo.
Dude, chat, I hate the fact that like keyboards have different fucking commands, dude.
Right over my face.
Losing my fucking mind, bro.
Oh, Allie, you want to be on this chat box? Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yo, what the titties and butt cheeks, brother?
Wait, what was that?
Cowboy, let's go. Cowboy, thank you so much for the the gifted. Let's get it, baby. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to make sure I can do these chat boxes right now, and everything I'm doing is fucking shit up.
This is... Why does this look like a news channel? It is a news channel.
This is the Brutally Honest episode, guys. You guys are going to hate this one.
What?
Just being honest.
No, I think it's good. Y'all look so professional. I like it.
Where's my Rumble chat at? There you guys are.
Sorry, I'm monitoring. Doody-doody-doo. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, chat, bear with us. We have no idea where this is going, but yeah. See, that's why you need the fucking this. So they're not like, oh, she lazy as fuck. She just hangs out on her phone. The fucking blonde girl doesn't do shit. She's just on her phone the whole time while Nico's talking.
Who is that boy I see staring right back at? I'm just trying to interact with everybody. Say hi. Say it with your chest, girl. No. Typical blonde.
Here, I'm going to get this kick view count in here, chat, and then we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like that.
Entertain the people.
I feel like that. Mute it. Mute it. Mute it.
Is it a G63 or G65? Mine's a G63. Mine's like old though. I've had that thing for a minute.
Are you not entertained?
Where do we get the view?
I feel like that Miley Cyrus meme where it's like she's like this
Probably
at the
my
camera
tricks.
with like her eyes just like, or the Debbie Ryan. That's what the vibe is. Is Allie going into the Shark Tank? No. No.
She is, technically. Technically, she's going. Chat, can you really quick just let us know how my audio levels are as well as Allie's? Like, can you hear both of us pretty clearly? There's not like any crazy echo or like audio distortment or anything like that?
Yeah.
It would be greatly appreciative
What
of
does
that.
it sound like? Are we echoing? Sorry, I'm literally watching Nico freaking click so many things so fast. He's like doing math. Numbers, numbers, numbers. Yeah, no, it's fine on the kick side. Cute. What do we think of the background, everybody? How we like that?
Oh, Kick, I appreciate y'all. Kick viewership on the weekend is good. Maybe that's what you know what we may have to do is we may have to treat like Mondays and Tuesdays like Saturdays and Sundays. Because if the people want us on a weekend,
Give the people what they want.
give them that dick.
Where? Wait a minute. Y'all are clear, but could be a touch louder.
Really? Oh God, the audio is already all the way up.
Yes, the tarantula was in the behind the door. We the people vote weekends. Yeah, stream on the weekend. Nico's
Okay.
always loud. Allie gonna be quiet.
It could be the mic filters. We're gonna try for this one, but yeah. And then guys, as you know, like whenever I cover like different things, don't put that right in front of you.
What?
You need to
Oh,
put that
yes.
put that like here, yeah, or off camera.
Can you see? Okay, perfect.
It's good over here. Cool.
Nene's laying on my headphone wire.
Chat, before we even begin, can y'all give us like, God, for the love of God, don't spam it like crazy. But if you guys could give us like two things right off the bat, you guys don't, remember, this is going to be for the podcast. What you guys are watching is not the typical live stream. I just don't want to create another live streaming channel on Kick, Rumble, and Twitch. So I'm just kind of utilizing my platforms. But this is a brutally honest episode, guys. So yeah, if you guys have seen me cover the Charlie Kirk stuff, the church mass shooting and arson attack, or the updated Charlie Kirk, videos, that's basically what this is going to be. But it's for my podcast, Brutally Honest, which eventually, not currently right now, but in due time, will be also not just on YouTube and on Rumble, but also on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff like that. But I would love to know what you guys don't like about it.
Thank you so much for the sub. Brayden? Hold on, I can't see. Wait, who did that? Hold on. Oh, no, por favor. Thank you, Brayden, for the sub. Thank you very much.
Yeah, guys, we're sorry. God, you know what?
Always
While we're
so
here,
excited.
guys, we're just going to keep fixing this. I got to change my... You're going to have to redo all of Chanel's shit because I'm doing all of this for now. Allie and Chanel never stream anymore anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Okay, well, hear me out. The only reason why is because it's like our Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, Allie, I'm gonna go kill myself real quick. No, it's because our Wi-Fi has been like crazy, and so it's like I don't want to stream when he's streaming because if he's streaming and then we stream at the same time, then what if ours crashes or his crashes, and then we're both like upsetty spaghetti. So
You
it's
never
like,
know unless we try.
well, I will try next time. I'm trying to be considerate to make sure that we finally got the Wi-Fi figured out. I don't want to push it too much.
Push it to the...
Crash out.
Yo,
Incoming.
Brayden with the subby dub, man. Thank you so much. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it.
Chanel
there we go.
is laying on the wires.
Yeah,
under my
you guys
feet.
are eventually going to see Chanel because she pops her goddamn fucking head
Right
up over here, and it's
here.
actually really funny. Yeah, chat, let us know down below in the comments, like, 2 or 3 things you guys currently don't like about the setup. This is super, like, you guys will see if you guys are following Nico live. We just threw this together. I ripped the PC out of the wall over there where Chanel typically streams, and now it is right here on my kitchen counter, along with, like, my Rode Podcaster Pro and everything. It'll be in the vlog going up tomorrow, but, yeah. This is all very tentative. I kind of like this vibe a lot. Allie doesn't, but I think it looks good.
I like the vibe of the table and everything. It's just the background. I'm like, I feel like if we're dressed up as like very professional, we gotta have a background that speaks professional, and it's the living room. Like the chickens are right there.
At least we're doing it.
Yeah.
Chat, I
I'm
was like,
we're
okay,
doing it.
Allie, you know
We're
what? Go
doing
ahead, set something up then.
it.
And she was like, for an hour, she's like, okay, I'll figure something out. What you had was, we'll just do what you said. And I'm like, oh, she didn't think about the logistics of actually doing all of the work of plugging everything in the cable.
I walked around the house with an hour. What? I walked around the house with the camera for like an hour and was like, what about this background? What about this background? And I'm like, the living room will be good. We'll just go with that. So I'm just going to leave it there.
Get off the McDonald's Wi-Fi. I'll let Allie take this one.
Take what one? The McDonald's Wi-Fi?
These podcasts are going to be 5 times longer, chat. Yeah.
Jesus, take the wheel?
Answer their question.
The McDonald's Wi-Fi? We're on T-Mobile. What are we talking about? Hold on. What are we talking about? Stop.
Sugar has begun. All right, here, guys. I think we're just going to have to end up getting into it. We're going to give you guys some news and all that. Yo, Vern, hey, you sexy bitch. How you doing? Suck on your nipples.
What?
No, we like Vern. He's an OG.
Me trying to think of the next thing to say. I'm like, no. Actually, no, this is brutally honest. Can we say whatever we want? I'm just asking. I'm getting
My co-host
out.
doesn't even know what we're doing here. Yes.
Yes, I do. I'm trying to figure out boundaries here. I'm not going to be like,
There are no boundaries.
he's going to suck your dick tomorrow. Thank you for that. Can you say that on Chanel's stream? We would never say that. We'd be like, thank you. Chanel's going to give you a forehead kiss in the morning.
Well, I wouldn't say things people don't want to watch. I'm going to be like, these guys are retarded. They just say stupid things every single time, so I'm going to leave.
Okay.
Because this is different from the live streaming. Like I said, guys, this is the first one, so we're trying to warm Allie up and get her comfortable so that way she doesn't want to quit after like day one and be like, hey, we're going to. And by the way, if you guys are worried about the posting schedule, wait, go over AI. You should go over AI. We can. Maybe in the future. Like I said, this is going to be more of like a news broadcast, chat. We want to hit things that are extremely relevant in time and going on around the world. And for kind of like what's going on right now, Hamas and the whole Gaza peace deal are like the most trending topics in the news. So we're going to cover stuff like that and then a little bit of downfall of other things going on in the news. And for weeks where things like aren't so hot, there's not a whole lot going on in the news, we're just going to try and cover a plethora of things that we think you guys might not be aware of, you guys might want to hear about, and blah, blah, blah. And we're just going to give our brutally honest takes on everything.
Also, thank you, Don PG on Water, for the 5 community sub. Nico's going to suck your dick tomorrow.
Okay, we're going to stop saying that. Bong Water, I appreciate you. Yo, with the 5 bomb, let's go. Wait, here, hold on. Let me.
Tells me to say it. I say it.
I'm not saying
Says,
tell everyone I'm
"Don't
going to
say
suck
that
their
again."
dick tomorrow. Jesus.
Okay, so what should we say then? Nico's gonna give you a fat kiss on the lips tomorrow.
Give you guys a cocky check. Welcome to Brutally Honest.
Thank you, Enslaver, for the kicks. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not very good with the names. I try very hard to read them fully, and I fear I may be dyslexic. Is it just Dong Pong Water?
Enslaver, let's go, man. I appreciate you. God damn. We're in a current, like, fucking goddamn, Allie knows what I'm about to say. I am tangled in cables right now.
Yeah, you are.
I'm trying not to break everything I spent all day creating yesterday. So, yeah.
Wait. I love the background music. It's like elevator music as you're like crashing out next to us. Oh, thank you so much for the kicks.
Awk with the kicks. Enslaver with the kicks. Let's go. I appreciate it. Has anyone tell you look like John Berthal from Punisher and The Walking Dead? I have heard that a few times. John Berthal, Jake Gyllenhaal, for some reason, Aaron Rodgers' son. I'm not sure what else. I've heard a few other ones. The guy from Hawaii Five-0. But yeah, I appreciate you.
There you go.
And then Aka again with the back-to-back kicks. Okay, guys. Now we're just going to jump into it. My 500th time saying it. We're going to jump now into the episode. As you guys know, please feel free to engage with us in the chats. In the chat. And yeah, we're just going to go and start it. Okay, go ahead. Chanel's trying to play catch with us as we just started.
Okay. Welcome back. Welcome. You have to lead it. I told you this. It's my first time.
I know. I knew she wasn't going to get that,
fucking
but
with me.
okay. Wait here. Chanel, the people want to see you. You may have to give her a little head scratch.
Booby, come here. Chanel. Here, Booby. Oh,
There's
so
Nene.
sweet.
Let us know if we need to get like a stool or something so Nene can literally just sit over there. Sit over there for the entire episode or something like that. It'll be fun.
She said, I want to be on the podcast.
Do you think dressing up as Hitler for Halloween is a good idea? I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea. It's Halloween. You dress up as whoever you want, okay? So you don't do anything bad. No one should care. You guys all have the N-word pass, okay? Thank you. It's from Allie. Off camera. Sorry, guys. You may see me policing Allie. I'm not trying to be a dickhead. I'm just trying to get her into the headspace of it all, you know? This fucking dog. Okay.
Oh, so
you ready to lock in? Because
Yes.
remember, you have to film this as if it's for the YouTube audience, but then take breaks and then engage with the live audience, you know?
Hello,
But yeah.
YouTube.
But here we go. Welcome back to Jesus Christ, I like Welcome back to Brutally Honest, episode 17. It's been a minute. Probably going to do the intro stuff there. We have my co-host now, Allie, a.k.a. a MILF, who will now be assisting me with the Brutally Honest podcast. As you guys know, we are all about being brutally honest. Brutally honest on this show. I want to hear all of your guys' opinions, whether it be on the left or the right side of the fence. We are simply here to talk and get a different angle on a plethora of things going on around the world. We're going to be covering a handful of sensitive topics. We're going to be handling a bunch of different topics weekly, bi-weekly. As we are starting off right now, we may end up doing everything bi-weekly unless something kicks off around the world. But what we are going to be covering today, we're going to be covering the Hamas, well, not Hamas, but the Gaza plea deal. We are going to be covering the United States Secretary of War's speech with top military generals and non-commissioned officers. We're going to be covering the Sean Diddy Combs case. I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering what happened there. Am I missing anything else?
A new strike against the drug vessels near Venezuela.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to be watching some pretty awesome bomb footage on alleged drug traffickers in Venezuela. But yeah. Take 2097. Allie the pegger, Allie the abuser, now Allie the MILF.
I'm a woman of many qualities.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades.
Let me see. I got my little list here too, guys. Yeah. And just in case you guys are wondering, as we go through this, we cover everything from different news media topics. If you guys want to watch this live, go ahead and check out the multitude of social media channels. And in the future, as for right now, we are simply just on YouTube, but we will be branching out again and being back on Spotify and Apple Music in the near future. Let us know down below in the comments other types of places and other types of topics you guys want us to cover or see us covering. Yeah. Oh, and also, here on this podcast, we do not care about the left or the right.
Nope.
Fuck them. Fuck you guys both. I'm a centrist, and I believe the right decisions need to be made, and it is based off of what is at hand, like what is in front of us. Sometimes this side's right, sometimes this side's wrong, and yeah, we really don't care, but we would love to hear you guys' opinions down below in the comments.
Yeah.
Fuck you both. Hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Both wings are part of the same bird.
You hear about the two planes that collided in New York?
Don't you
Ooh.
have a flight in like a week?
Shh. God. My Lord. Dude. Already.
It was while taxing, so they were in the air. That just means they were playing bumper cars on the runway. No, you go. No, you go. Kiss.
Crash, 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 crash.
No, they just kissed a little bit. That's all.
Oh, and we'll also be covering the current government shutdown, what's causing that, and how I think in overall government shutdowns are kind of silly. Dude, why is my pen going out the second we started this
Here,
shit?
you
I
can
love that
trade.
so much. No, I'm good. Yeah, need more honest and unbiased coverage. Thank you. That is exactly what we're going for. Yeah.
Everything's so biased lately. It's hard to find a well-rounded answer that has both facts and not just one or the other.
All right. First thing we're going to talk about, Gaza peace plan. As you guys know, we're going to be covering news articles, and just for shits and giggles, I know you guys love a visual as to what we're talking about, so we will be covering a handful of different videos for context and in a different angle. But what we're going to be covering first is going to be Trump's 20-point Gaza peace plan in full. I think we could probably make this a little bit bigger. Okay, not that. Definitely not that.
Woo!
Oh, it only enhances a fucking 100 the whole time? That's great. Okay, so we're not doing that then.
Do you want me to read it?
No, it's good.
I can read it.
Sure. Here, so Trump's plan to end the war in Gaza and Trump's plan to end the war in Gaza has been accepted by Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu. I always butcher that thing and I say it wrong. HAMAS has agreed to release the remaining hostages, but says is seeking further negotiations on a number of points. So, long story short, I'm sure you guys have been hearing over the course of what, maybe 6 months to so ever long, you guys have been hearing about Free Palestine and Israel and all of that stuff. So the Gaza peace plan is basically what Trump has put into action in order to help stop the acts of violence. Hamas has agreed to this, but they are asking for some things to be changed, which I think is crazy that they already accepted it.
Like immediately.
Immediately,
Yeah.
pretty much overnight. But towards the end of this, make sure you guys stay tuned. We are going to cover how they basically already ruined the whole thing.
Care.
They really just don't care. And for you guys who don't understand what Hamas is, let me actually read this for you, because I know a lot of you guys, we all only know so much, but for anybody who doesn't understand what Hamas is, it is the Islamic Resistance Movement, abbreviated Hamas, is a Sunni Islamist Palestinian nationalist political organization with a military wing. And it was governed on the Gaza Strip since 2007.
Yeesh. Well,
We are trying our best to fight against it. We have a petition at almost 3 million signatures. Good luck with that. Yeah, right? Okay, so right here is the full text of proposal provided by the White House. 1, Gaza will be a desecrated, terror-free zone that does not possess a threat to its neighbors.
Gaza will be redeveloped for the benefit of the people of Gaza who have suffered more than enough. What source are we on? BBC? Yeah. If both sides agree to this proposal, the war will immediately end. Israeli forces will withdraw to the agreed upon line to prepare for a hostage release. During this time, all military operations, including aerial and artillery bombardment, will be suspended, and battle lines will remain frozen until conditions are met for the complete staged withdrawal. Okay, and then within 72 hours, Israel publicly accepted this agreement. All hostages, alive and dead, will be returned. Side note, are we allowed to say? I know TikTok's weird about like saying the word dead. Can we say dead on live streams and stuff, or do we have to say unalive?
We can say whatever we want.
Okay.
Keep going. You're doing great. I am
Okay.
fixing some shit
Keep
over
going,
here.
Sadie. You're doing amazing. Once all hostages are released, Israel will release 250 life sentence prisoners plus 1,700 Gazans. Am I saying that right? Gazans? Yeah. Gazans who were detained after 7 October 2023. October 7th, why did they title it that? October 7th, 2023, including all women and children detained in that context. For every Israeli hostage who remains released, I'm going to re-say that. For every Israeli hostage whose remains are released, Israel will release. Why are the R's so hard? Israel will release the remains of 15 deceased Gazans. Jeez. Once the hostages are returned, Hamas members who commit to peaceful coexistence and to decommission their weapons will be given amnesty. Members of Hamas who wish to leave Gaza will be provided safe passage to receiving countries. You're going to have to scroll here, sir.
Sorry, chat. I'm like going back and forth right now. I'm trying to get you guys' chat box in here, but there's fucking... Oh, this is labeled autistically.
I have to bring this up. Side note, why is the first letter of the alphabet censored in your kick chat?
I have no idea. That's an issue to bring up with Cake.
We'll look into that. I don't understand. Apparently the letter A is just not it, but there we go. All right. Let's jump back into it. Okay, so entry of distribution and aid in Gaza Strip will proceed without interference from the two parties through the United Nations and its agencies and the Red Crescent, in addition to other internal institutions not associated in any manner with either party. Opening the I really hope I'm saying this right. Opening the Opening the Rafah crossing in both directions will be subject to the same mechanism implemented under January 19th, 2025 agreement. Okay, so this is still a negotiation, isn't it? Everything hasn't been fully committed to.
Chat, you guys having a hard time hearing Allie?
No, they're good.
They're just trying to buy time so they don't immediately get wiped out. I 100% agree with that. Here, let me see. Hamas and other functions agree to have any role in the governments of Gaza directly or indirectly or in any form agree to not have any role. Okay, this is the problem because like Hamas, you know, immediately when you hear that you think of like an extremist type of state because they say that it's a, what was it here? Political organization with a military wing. It sounds like the whole thing is just a military wing. And the military wing is literally the enforcers of pretty much everything that goes on involving Hamas. In the event of Hamas delays or rejects this proposal, the above, including the scaled up aid operation, proceed to terror-free areas handed over with the IDF and SF. United States established dialogue between... Okay, so here's just a few things going on with there. So here's the main thing we're trying to cover with that, okay? Let me mark this shit off.
Oh, jeez.
This is the thing I really love, is that we actually gave them a deadline, okay? We need something like that, because if you just throw it out there, it's like, why would anybody give a fuck? And apparently the deadline is October 5th. So Trump gives Hamas a deadline of October 5th to accept the Gaza peace deal or be killed. But I am curious. I don't know exactly what that means.
Yeah, what? That means that tomorrow they haven't till tomorrow to accept it. Otherwise, they're cooked. They're gone for.
So chat, I'm hearing some of you guys say she sounds fine, and then some of you guys are saying, so I think you're fluctuating, like you're not talking. You got to project.
Oh.
You got to stop. Oh, here.
Like this.
All right, chat. I just turned Allie's mic up a little bit. Hopefully that kind of fixes it for you guys.
Perfect.
Chat, how is my audio? Is mine okay? She's just a little low compared to you. All right, let me...
Nick and I have a lot of different fluctuations
with
our voices.
Yeah, so when I talk, I'm teaching Allie really quick, chat.
Thank you.
So do you see mine?
Sweet.
No, look. Do you see mine right here? So when I'm talking, that's where my like voice line is at, and they're not having any problem.
Okay, so with me.
Yeah, do you see how you're literally like half of my voice?
Yeah.
So you need to...
Be louder, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or talk into the mic more.
Starts eating the mic. Hey, guys. All right. Sorry. Okay, let's get back to being serious.
Let's get super serial, guys. Nico, it's fine on my part. I appreciate y'all, guys. We're just trying to make sure, because I know some of you guys are watching via TV, via computer, phone. Some of you guys are watching it with headphones on. And we're just trying to make sure every single one of you guys watching live can hear everything that's going on.
And get the best experience.
Yeah, get the best experience possible.
Because you saw it here first.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this here.
Oh, what the fuck did I just do?
Pressed a button. Just click the back button.
I got like 5 keyboards in front of you guys.
Okay, perfect. All right, let's see this deadline here. Oh, 6 p.m. by tomorrow. They have to respond to the proposal to either end the war or they're going to be hunted down and killed.
I love it. Honestly, if you are, well, you know what, chat? I'm curious. Who thinks that's bad? The president is getting involved, wants to stop the killing, wants peace, and then if you're not gonna fucking be a part of that, you're the enemy now, and you're gonna get fucking gunned down and murdered.
No, I like that because at this point it's been like a no you, no you, no you, and it's kind of like the principals coming in and saying, if you don't have this figured out by tomorrow, I'm going to come in and it's over with. Basically. I don't know. If this last chance agreement is not reached, all hell like no one has ever seen before will break out against Hamas. There will be peace in the Middle East one way or the other, Trump wrote.
So the only issue I think with the whole fact of being hunted down and killed is the one thing people are like, oh cool, we're gonna like bomb them and stuff like it. You can't do that. Guys, I totally get that you have this faction of Hamas, right? As a whole, there are still normal fucking people there who are not militants, who are just wives, daughters, sons, children, who are not part of this. So we cannot just go in there dropping bombs. It's literally going to have to be like, Iraq, Fallujah tactics, going door by door. Else I have no idea how we're going to do it. The really cool thing, though, would be doing like, I say we get our special operations dudes in there, get them some good boots on ground training. If this World War III shit's going to end up kicking off, it's the perfect time to train. And we're not fighting, first world countries either if we do this. So, yeah, they've had plenty of time to stop it themselves. Has to put his foot down, 100%.
It only makes sense at this point. It's just always been so back and forth. You check the news every other day. Oh, a new deal has been met. Just kidding, it broke. Just kidding, a new deal has been met this day. Just kidding, it's over with. And it's like, there's Chanel.
No, you have to ignore her.
Okay.
Because the chat can't.
Can the chat hear them?
They
she's
can't.
whining
So you just look
so
silly
loud
when
in
you
my
do
ear
it.
right now. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I think that realistically, it's about time that someone puts their foot down. It's like, this is done. No more. Otherwise, it just looks like two kids poking each other. Hey, not that that's any sort of metaphor that would make sense to this, because obviously people's lives are being lost, and that's awful. But someone has to come in and lay down the law, essentially, or lay down some sort of structure. Otherwise, it's just always going to be a back and forth, in my opinion.
Okay, I may have missed an article here, guys, but let me see here. Apparently, I want to see what they are fighting back on his
The rebuttals?
Yeah, the rebuttals.
Okay.
Trump, because of Hamas deadline, Yeah, this
there
one.
you go. Yeah, negotiations to it.
Fucking here. So that's the overall of the Gaza peace plan. Those are some of the random bullet points. To me, honestly, I don't even give a shit about that. Point blank period needs to be stop fucking killing everybody. The fighting in general needs to stop. You are a political party in general, right? Who has a military wing. You guys are just acting as a military wing right now. That military shit needs to stop. Absolute ceasefire, and politics, AKA talking, no fighting, no political violence, needs to start. That should have just been the general one bullet point of the Gaza peace plan. Because now there's just too many loopholes. And so, as it says right here, Hamas agrees to release Israeli hostages, but seeks changes to U.S. Gaza peace plan. So now we're negotiating with, as we've dictated in the past, terrorists? As far as I'm aware, the United States does not do that. So I think a big old get fucked moment is about to come.
You think that'll happen tomorrow? Because, if we're still in negotiation and they haven't said anything, because this is still going on right now. So if they don't come to okay, yeah, let's do it, by tomorrow, I assume that we're just jumping in head first. Because Trump made it pretty clear that, like, hey, if you don't get this figured out, we're coming in
Mm-hmm.
at that point. So I wonder if the pizza index fund has gone up quite a bit.
So let's see. In a statement, the group agreed to release all Israeli hostages, both living and dead, according to the exchange formula claimed in the president's proposal. So here's my problem, and Ali actually mentioned this. It says, agrees to release Israeli prisoners, both living and dead. Do we have a list of who's living and who's dead right now? Because if they wanted to be spiteful, let's say there's 100 people, right? Well, if only 2 are dead, but you're pissing us off, who's to say we can't just kill all of them?
Here they go.
And then, there's 2 alive and the rest are all dead.
Right. We don't like your terms and conditions, so we'll kill all of the hostages. And that's why we said alive and dead, because, you piss us off, there goes one. And I think that's awful. I don't understand.
So after Hamas submitted its response to Trump posted, I believe they are ready for a lasting peace. A dead lasting peace. He called on Israel to immediately stop the bombing of Gaza so that he can get the hostages out safely and quickly, adding, we're already in discussion on details to be worked out.
Which, that's ironic because they were saying, oh yeah, like stop the bombing right now. And they're like, okay, yeah, let's jump into negotiations. And then last night there was another bombing and 6 more people, I believe, passed away. So it's like, why would you agree to negotiations and go, yeah, we'll jump into negotiations for you? No, we're still willing to talk. Oh, we have until Sunday? We never said everyone had to come back alive here. It's like, what are we doing?
Chat, what we're going to do really quickly while we're doing this is I kind of just want to jump into some of the media outlets.
Yeah.
Just because it's a little bit easier for me my brain to kind of spin and do the talking, how we're talking. Maybe that's what we'll do in the future is, Ali, that's one of the main things we'll do is just.
Why are you smiling like that?
Nothing, you're just funny. Chat, I'm trying to see if she's just reading the chat the whole time.
Well, I'm just getting an idea of what's going on. What did I do wrong?
SEAL Team 6 will probably get involved. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure. A whole lot of stuff is going to get involved, no doubt. They'll be like, hey, it's free training? Oh, hell yeah, let's do it, buddy. I was going to say, next time what I think we need to do, and I'm going to write this down right now, and let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. We're covering a lot of, the news outlets and stuff like that. As you guys can see, we can read it all up and down, and we did a little bit yesterday, hence how we got the links even before this. I understand that's kind of boring. Let me know if you guys want to do kind of what I'm recommending in the sense of we'll just go ahead and get the clips of the coverage of all that, and then we can cover it on top. If you guys want to just read a piece of paper that confirms what we are talking about, you guys can always end up doing that. But just kind of help speed it up and get everything moving along. By the way, I am so sorry. Holy shit, my tie looks like caca. I tied it kind of bad. My bad.
Me just writing down what you're saying. Reading what you're saying.
I live Smexy. I appreciate y'all. Looking sharp. Thanks, guys. All right, let's see here. Yeah, let's look into the Hamas bomb. Motherfucker, goddamn. It literally has it needs to be closer. Let's see, Gaza peace plan.
There you go. Updated 1 hour ago.
Ooh.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
I need to get YouTube Premium so we don't gotta watch these stupid ass fucking ads every time. I'm such a cheap ass, guys.
Says it is ready to begin negotiations immediately to finalize all outstanding issues under President Trump's Gaza peace plan. Yesterday, the U.S. designated terrorist group said it would release all of the remaining October 7th
Designated terrorist group.
But Hamas
We do
did
not care
address
about your
other
appeals,
elements
bro.
in Trump's 20-point proposal, like exile and giving up their weapons. The president spoke from the Oval Office yesterday to thank the countries that helped put the deal together. He said they're very close to achieving peace in the Middle East. Earlier, he had warned that Hamas had until Sunday evening to agree to the deal or face, quote, all hell. Deborah Pata is in East Jerusalem with the very latest. Deborah, good morning.
So one thing I want to hit on, guys.
Despite a qualified response from
So one thing I want to make everybody very aware of, like I said, this is a test podcast. We were trying to get the flow of everything going again, get my co-host up to speed on how this is going to go and how our setups may end up looking like. We will try and cover everything like extremely quickly, just so you guys are aware. My editors are on vacation right now. They're making sure they're getting some well-due time off because we've been, from my vlogging channel to this now to Chanel's content to my gaming content to my main YouTube channel content. They've been totally busting their ass. We are aware that this main topic right now of Hamas, this peace plan, it ends tomorrow, and this episode will be going up tomorrow. So some of this information will 100% be changing. Hopefully for the better, not for the worse. But I would ask for a little bit of grace if, all out shit hits the fan tomorrow and the video goes up. Just please remember, we are recording this Saturday, and the peace plan ends tomorrow, which is also when this video will be going.
In like 26 hours, that's when the peace plan ends. So we're either going to look back at this video.
Less than 26 hours.
Yeah,
because it is 9, someone said in the chat, is 9 p.m. in Gaza right now.
Oh, okay. So then in that case, we're either going to be like, oh, wow, this worked out really well. Or, oh my God, we just witnessed a whole can of worms being opened, because if we dive into that, what is that? The beginning of another war, I assume?
No. That's the sad part.
Oh.
Well, the one thing we definitely want to avoid, World War III is supposedly, on paper, the government would never admit it. It's supposed to be a religious war. Mark my words. That's what we're trying to avoid. And I really don't think shit's going to hit the fan, but I feel like the fact that this plan has been put into place, as you guys have been seeing what we're going to be covering later, that all the drug smugglers getting fucking blown up with Hellfire missiles coming to U.S. territory, United States needs to go back to being the world police, and I stand on that. We are the only ones capable of doing something like that. And this could be the start of that. Because I can't remember a time where the president didn't exactly, at least when it came to a show of force, back it up 100% within 24 hours. Just like how he did say with all of the drug smugglers, like, you're going to be killed. What are we getting cool fucking unclassified footage of we're going to see later? Literally boats being blown up.
Yeah. That's the way it goes. Well, my only thing is, though, is if obviously we take that route of being like the world police, though, I mean, our nation right now is so sensitive when it comes to anything political. I can't help but think, I'm like, are we going to have a million more riots in the streets because people don't agree with the way that our nation wants to be the world police? Because, I mean, look at all what's been happening over the last, 6 months.
I'm sorry, guys, but this is America. This is not Israel. This is not Palestine. If you're that passionate about it, I'm all for your peaceful protests. But the lack of peaceful protests going on, and then the lack of first responder resources we're getting because you want to start a riot is fucking with us. And we need to go back to being the world police, helping other people, but we can't if our own U.S. citizens are trying to fight for other countries' rights.
Right.
But you're not doing any fighting.
You're just talking.
You're just fucking talking. You're not helping anybody. I'm bringing awareness. You're not doing fucking shit, buddy.
You're bringing awareness to your neighbors. What are your neighbors going to do about it? Genuinely. What's anyone going to do?
You just bug the fuck out of us, dude. Shut up.
You're just harassing people on the internet. Well, what about this? What about this? What about this? Okay, now we're both sitting here aware of it. What are you and I going to do?
Yeah, fuck awareness. It's all about action.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. That's very extreme. No, that's all that we fucking need. Actually, your awareness hasn't done shit for over 6 months.
Yeah.
On a majority of topics that people are having peaceful protests about. Bro, go do something about it. Now, I'm not promoting any type of extremism or promoting any type of violence. That is not what we are doing here, okay? But understand you are 100% more than likely a nuisance than being a part of the solution.
Right. If you're going to preach, I want to help, then go help. Don't sit there and, otherwise you're just I want to go help. I'm going to go take care of this. Hey, have you heard this? Have you heard this? Okay. Now we're all aware. What now? Are you going to ship them something? Are you going to send money that way? Are you going to go over yourself and handle it? How are you contributing to the solution? You're just adding more problems on top of the main problem that you're talking about. And now we're all aware of the problem. And now we're like, well, I'm waiting for the solution that we've all been aware of now. What do we do? Well, what about it? You're right. What about it? What about it? What can I do to help? Tell me how to help. Besides all of us just going, yes, that's awful. I wish we could do something.
And you're not you guys want me to tell you like a brutally honest truth? You're not a fucking hero for bringing awareness to anything. Mm-hmm. Give your awareness and shut the fuck up and get out of the way. Go eat a dick. Like, do it because you want to. You're supposed to do the right things because you want to. There's no reward in doing the right thing. Look at all the homeless vets out there. We choose to do this shit. And if your country betrays you or, doesn't provide for you the best way, it's extremely sad. But are you owed anything? Fuck no. Mm-hmm. So just because you bring awareness to something doesn't mean shit.
And plus, if you're going to be aware, make sure you're fully aware of what you're speaking about. Because a lot of people I've noticed will try to bring information to me, and they'll be like, well, have you seen how awful this is? And it's a 30-second clip of something that someone else clipped, that someone else clipped, that someone else clipped. And if you watch the whole long-form video, the first 30 seconds have nothing to do with the rest of the minute video. It's just something that gauges your attention. Everyone gets clickbaited, and now we have mass mob mentality. Yeah, of, oh my God, I need to do something. Watch the
And
whole
half
video.
of them are fake, guys. Half of it's fake. Like, do your own research, you lazy fucks.
Seriously. And don't come harassing me, and then I do the research for you. I'm like, well, here's the whole thing that you're trying to talk to me about. Well, actually, did you read about it? Did you do
No, but
your
it's
research?
wrong that you're emotionally like
You're emotionally
a crazy
tied.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Sit the fuck down. And Slaver with the kicks, man, thank you so much. If World War III is to be a religious war, the U.S. either be out of it entirely or just a middleman in the situation. The U.S. isn't supposed to be religious base. So, Enslaver, thank you so much for the kicks. And yes, but guess what? How should I say this? Some of the world's biggest religions will be there, and some of them are very active. And if you're not on that side, the fights would be within the United States, not its military. It would be the people in the streets. For example, the UK, if there was a religious war, the UK is going to get taken over by Islam. All the Christians are fucked. It has nothing to do with the military. You're fucked. Canada, you're fucked, dude. You're done. It's a religious war. That's what the scary part is. Your military is going to be a fraction of what the people are actually doing.
Right. Well, I mean,
if that makes sense.
That kind of ties into what's going on in Nigeria as well. Did you see all those people getting massacred in Nigeria?
Oh, well, really quickly, Allie's referencing the, I think it was Bill Murr covered it, I believe. But he mentioned how there's mass slaughtering of Christians in Nigeria, which, is a thing. There's been thousands of churches burning. There's been thousands of Christians dying, getting run down. Because the way it works out there is the north is mainly Islamic, and then the south is mainly Christians. They're being run down, slaughtered, killed, and there's a lack of news coverage because over 100,000 Christians have died. But we will get more into that another time in the future when we have more information, because there's not a lot of media covering it, which is extremely scary and sad. But yeah. So yeah, here, let's keep going. And I did turn this volume up, guys. Cowboy with the subby, man. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
Hamas to his peace proposal. President Trump has welcomed it and immediately ordered Israel to stop bombing Gaza overnight, saying Hamas is ready for a lasting peace.
This is the closest Israel and Hamas have come to making a deal to end the war since it began nearly 2 years ago.
This is a big day. We'll see how it all turns out. We have to get the final word down in concrete. Everybody was unified in wanting this war to end and seeing peace in the Middle East, and we're very close to achieving that.
Hamas says it is ready to release all the remaining hostages, living and dead, in exchange for Palestinian prisoners, and has agreed to surrender governing power in Gaza. But it wants further negotiations on some of the terms of the proposal,
Like
and
what?
made no mention of laying down its arms, a key demand of the deal. Israelis
I highly doubt Hamas is going to put down any type of arms. I mean, you know, to be fair, to be brutally honest here, guys, this is America. You're not taking none of my shit. Even if it became a law in the U.S., you ain't, bro. Now you're fighting me, like you know. So I can understand a certain thing, but you can't like disarm a whole country or like movement. It's a little bit, you know. Then you have no defense, you know.
I doubt that would happen.
Just a small thing to bring up, because I know a lot of people are like, take their guns. No, it should be very simple. You commit any act of violence, you're just gonna get fucking smoked, dude. You're gonna fucking die. We're gonna kill you. We're gonna hunt you down and kill you. That's hot.
are daring to hope once more.
I hope this will bring peace for Palestinians, for Israelis, and no more war, and the hostages back home.
I really hope that this war will end and we'll start living again.
And in Gaza, there was overwhelming relief from Palestinians who have endured nearly 2 years of a punishing
That's sad.
war that's left more than 66,000 people dead. I hope the bloodbath stops, this man said. That's the most important thing. Every day we are dying 1,000 times. We're exhausted after 2 years, another man said. There's nothing left. We've suffered so much and paid a terrible price.
Guys, I can't run for president in 2028. I won't be old enough. You got to be like 35 to run for president. I'll be like 32. Like, yeah, I won't be old enough, which would suck balls. But eventually, I think I won't be able to run for president until like 2032 or something like that.
Dude, I'm like so in tune with this, and then you're like, I'm not running for president. I was so thrown off. I'm like, wait, what?
There were a few reported incidents of Israeli fire overnight, but for the first time in a very long time, the guns were silent in most parts of Gaza.
Now, there are still some murky areas that need thrashing out in the proposal.
No, I want to see.
The murky areas of the proposal.
Yeah, I want to see.
Loophole.
I want to see what part of the agreements they are not liking. You know, Israel shares hope after Hamas partially accepts Gaza peace.
Partially accepts.
Yeah. What are they not okay with? You know.
There's a part of me, it's like, yes, like, let's negotiate. Like, let's find a middle ground. And then there's another part of me that's like, I'm tired of you telling us what's okay and what's not okay. Why should you be the one that's like, oh, no, actually, we want to do this. Why should we listen to you? Like, because they're already unreliable as it is with their words. If they're constantly negotiating, then at this point, it's like no, it's going to be this. Like, partial negotiations mean nothing. It just means it's not done. So I'm like, what are we doing?
Sorry, chat. 1 second. The internet is being like so lame right now. Yeah, if you guys could recommend any good internet providers, we'd love to hear them.
Don't even get me started, dude. Oh my gosh.
Let me see.
I fear this whole county is aware of who I am, how many times I've called for internet around here. Oh, good gracious, good Lord.
Ooh, okay, here it is. Here we go.
President Trump is calling.
And Slaver, thank you so much, man. If I lean enough, I think I will run when I become of age in 2041. If the U.S. is still active or not in the middle of a war or civil war. Okay, fair enough. And Slaver about to get it, man. I would love to run for president, guys. That would be so fucking fun. Although I feel like a lot of people would not like my shit. I'm going to be like, guys, I'm not a dictator. Your country can do whatever, but like no more violence around the globe, because you about to get met with that shit by the U.S. of motherfucking A.
See, I'm all for you doing it, and then I'm also like nervous just because of how
I would get assassinated as president.
Yeah.
Guys, I would 100. Hey, but if I'm going to get like murdered some way, that's how I want to go. I would want to get assassinated as the president of the United States because I know I'm fucking making waves. I'm making motion.
This is not a
I'm doing
challenge.
the right thing.
This is not an invitation. Please don't. Please don't do that. You're a very honorable man. Yes, that would be a good way
You
to
could kill me, bro. You make me a martyr if you want, pussy. Then no one will ever forget about me and the mission will be spread. Pussy boy. All right.
President Trump is calling on Israel to stop strikes on Gaza after Hamas shows signs of accepting at least parts of the president's peace proposal. This as the U.S. military announces more strikes on drug trafficking boats. Senior national correspondent Rich Edson joins me live from the White House North Lawn. Hello, Rich.
Hey, good afternoon, Mike. The president is keeping up the pressure on Hamas to follow through and release those hostages. He just posted, quote, "I appreciate that Israel has temporarily stopped the bombing in order to give the hostage and peace plan a chance to be completed. Hamas must move quickly, or else all bets will be off. I will not tolerate delay, which many think will happen, or any outcome where Gaza poses a threat again. Let's get this done fast. Everyone will be treated fairly." The president has warned Hamas that it needs to agree to his peace plan by tomorrow night, or that he would support Israel to do what it had to do. It's unclear if Israel would accept any changes to the White House plan. While Hamas says it's willing to release the hostages and transition Gaza's government to other Palestinians, it has said nothing about disarming.
So here's one thing really quick that I know we haven't exactly talked about, but the peace plan involves both, Hamas and Israel, meaning both parties need to participate. And I know there's a few things in that plan. For example, Israel needs to stop dropping bombs in Gaza.
Right.
Both parties need to agree. So any party that's not agreeing is wrong. We need to figure out why the fuck they're not participating accordingly. Like no one is held over the other. And then the other thing too is like Hamas is saying right now is willing to release the hostages, but what was that last part again? It's not willing to give up.
Fully disarm.
It's not willing to fully disarm, which, I mean, does Israel have to fully disarm? How do we feel about that?
I'm so conflicted on Israel at the moment. I've been seeing a lot of like conflicted. No, I'm scared. Why are you making that
No,
face?
this is going to be fun.
No,
Chad.
no, I'm nervous. Why are you making that face?
Keep going.
I'm just conflicted with Israel because I know that we have typically been like civil with them and in negotiation not working with, but you get what I'm saying. And then with all of the recent events that have been coming out and you see like Candace Owens talking about how Israel is behind the awful assassination that just happened recently, and a bunch of other people saying how America's Israel's bitch, stuff like that, which I'm not fully informed on at the moment, which is why I don't have a full opinion, but I am raising eyebrows to Israel in general because I'm wondering why, in a sense, not that they're dictatorships, but it's like, why are we conforming to them when in reality, like, America is the world police, so we're trying to become the world police. So why are we conforming to Israel? If anything, Israel should be like, hey, America, should we come to an agreement on this?
America's lost its backbone.
Yeah.
Because we're listening to the government for some reason is listening to too many civilians. The woke agenda needs to be, set on fire and killed, which, we were going to talk about that in the Secretary of War's speech that he just gave to, top military officials, but the woke agenda is dying. And who knows, like I said, this could be the start of the...
Just make America America again.
Yeah.
Essentially. Like, let us go back to being us. U.S., United States, I don't know why we're so not...
Yeah, no, I would have to agree with that. As Candace is spreading rumors and lies, do not be fooled by internet gossip. Yeah, so that's one thing, guys. That's why I'm like,
She said.
I don't care about that. I'm very much on my middle ground, and I'll wait until somebody fucks up broad as daylight and makes it very easy to see.
Right.
But yeah. That's why I'm saying, I'm like, to be fair, this whole peace plan, Hamas needs to stop and Israel needs to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not picking a side.
Right.
I'm following this peace plan agenda.
Both need to meet in the middle. There is no one or like 60-40 split of like, oh, well, I'll do 60% and you do 40%. Like, no, it needs to be a 50-50. We're both done. No more. Not, I have the upper hand, you have the lower hand. Everyone just needs to shake hands.
I wish we had more insight, though, on the whole disarming of Hamas. Like, what exactly
does that look like?
That is one thing I am curious about that we don't have enough information on.
Rob, thank you so much for the sub.
Rob, thank you very much. And then Enslaver with the kiss me, he said, question, should future presidents be required to have some basic training military-wise before being sworn in? Nah, that'd be stupid because it just... Your president is your commander-in-chief and does lead your armed forces, but his job is not war. And I feel like that totally sets the wrong precedent if we made that a standard.
Government to other Palestinians, it has said nothing about disarming.
Their leverage is getting thinner, but each person, even down to the last hostage, does afford them leverage, unfortunately. They don't have respect for human life, but they use hostages as their own life insurance, and this is
That's all they have.
Yeah.
Now, the administration has also announced another strike on a vessel off the coast of Venezuela.
Oh, we will be
Secretary
covering
Pete
that.
Hegseth says, quote, I directed a lethal kinetic strike on a narco-trafficking vessel affiliated with designated terrorist organizations. Our intelligence, without a doubt, confirmed that this vessel was trafficking narcotics. The people on board were narco-terrorists, and they were operating on a known narco-trafficking transit route. Now, some Democrats have questioned the legality of these strikes. Secretary Hegseth said they will continue until the narco-trafficking...
Guys, if you're... So, let me clear it up. These are coming into U.S. territories? On board and cargo terrorism.
Wait, no way.
Transit route.
Designated terrorist organizations. Our intelligence, without a doubt, confirmed that this vessel was trafficking narcotics. The people on board were narco-terrorists, and they were operating on a known narco-trafficking...
If you are a narco-terrorist, why the fuck... Why would you... Okay.
It's confirmed.
If it's confirmed by U.S. intelligence, there's a bunch of drugs on there and all this other crazy shit. Why are you protecting I'm not protecting them. I'm just questioning the legality of that. Bro, why are you always questioning stupid shit? Why are you always fucking being a defense attorney for the bad guys? Why do you give a fuck? You know what? Let the narco-terrorists stay at your fucking house, okay?
Let them give you the coke.
Yeah, let them, just, dude, how about you protect them then, you know? No, that's ridiculous. That's extreme. Shut the fuck up. We're killing them.
Well, it's like, I understand, like, they're trying to be, like, the devil's advocate. Well, I have to question I'm imagining, I'm trying to question the legalities of this. And it's like, what is there to question?
What is your law background? Like, don't get me wrong. Here, I'm brutally honest. I do want to question everything that is going on and try to have a base understanding of things. But if we are having narco-terrorists bring drugs into U.S. territories, criminals bringing illegal substances into U.S. territories, bro, get fucking smoked. Don't even let them get to shore. You keep that shit out of here. Set a tone.
I think why they're questioning it, the legalities of it, was that it happened in international waters. I think that's why.
Why do you care?
I think that's why they're like, well, it was on international waters, so it wasn't our right to bomb them, I guess, is the backbone to their claim, is that they're like, well, it was in international waters, so technically that's not within the U.S. Rights.
Okay, so then we should wait until it gets into U.S. waters and then do it?
Well, yeah.
Because what's the difference?
That's what I'm like, if it lands on shore anyways, and then it goes like this, because you're on a boat with all of the narcotics, it goes onto land, and then it goes like this, and spreads out, and then now you can't trace any of it because it just went this way. So I'm like, oh, yes, you can question, oh, well, it was international waters, so we shouldn't have acted. I can understand why you're questioning that, but then you have to ask yourself the next question of, well, what happens if it gets onto land? Then what?
Yeah, you're just running into a fine line of, I want the problems to get closer to home, and I want the problems to be more of a likelihood of happening. They're already doing illegal things. The whole leeway of the whole giving them more leeway has already come and gone.
Yeah.
Transit route. Now, some Democrats have questioned the legality of these strikes. Secretary Hegseth said they will continue until the narco trafficking stops.
Fuck yeah.
Back to you, Mike.
Absolutely.
Rich Eisen live on the North Lawn. Rich, thanks very much.
Why are we supporting narco trafficking in the first
Israeli
place?
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his country will work with President Trump to end the war in Gaza. Chief international correspondent Steve Harrigan is live in Tel Aviv, Israel, with the latest. Hello, Steve.
Mike, things are moving forward quickly. Right now, we've learned that negotiators for Hamas are en route to Cairo, Egypt. Part of the talks there will be to try and technically work out how the remaining hostages could be released. Also, some signs, too, that Hamas leadership is on board with as far as turning over power in Gaza to other Palestinian groups. Still a couple of major hurdles, though. Hamas leaders, some of them refusing the idea of giving up their arms, also refusing the idea of playing a role in the future government of Hamas. Over here in Tel Aviv, when you're on the streets talking to people about how they feel about the ups and downs emotionally over the past 2 years when the hostages have been gone, there is definitely a feeling, a sense of hope among them, even among some family members of those being held hostage. Hope and also a sense of gratitude towards President Trump for his efforts. Here's one of those family members.
And yet we must remember that on the other side of the fence, there is a terrorist organization that killed, butchered, slaughtered, tortured, and still tortured after kidnapping.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure we, the Western countries, our allies, the mediators, of course, Israel, we have to make sure that this deal goes all the way through.
Big picture, too, we're just days away from October 7th. That was 2 years ago, the date when Hamas operatives came in and slaughtered almost 1,200 Israelis, took 251 hostages. Of those hostages, 48 still remain. At least 20 of them seem to be alive. Their family members now hoping they will all be released soon. Mike, back to you.
Steve Harrigan live in Tel Aviv. Steve, thanks.
So, I mean, like I said, I don't live over there. I don't know all. And the weird thing to me is that the U.S. had to get involved. Because I know damn well if it was Americans, POTUS is setting up a whole operation and we're getting them back. And now we're involved. So I think the whole, if it's not met by tomorrow, we're going to go in there and we are going to do our best to try and get every hostage out. Because this is kind of crazy that it took 2 years and they took 251 and then they tortured the rest. And who's to say, you know, God forbid, that the other 48 are even alive and they're just burning more time to get on a fucking plane and get out of the country. Mm-hmm. Like, that's all I'm thinking about, and that all I'm hearing in the back of my head.
Right, because what like, this is what they're telling us, but what do we not know? Like,
Yeah.
genuinely, what are we not seeing? What do we not know?
So much. For more on the Hamas response to President Trump's Gaza peace plan, let's bring in the Heritage Foundation Senior Research Fellow Brent Sadler. Brent, welcome.
Thank you very much.
So there are reports that Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are heading to the region for talks. Sounds like things are serious. Hamas says it accepts some parts of the president's peace plan. Are we wise to be cautious with what Hamas is saying?
Yes, absolutely wise, given the past as a prologue of what to expect with this terrorist organization, Hamas. Absolutely, and it's certainly, I think, very important to keep the pressure on militarily. While there is a pause, or at least an opening being given by the Israelis to allow things to play out, the deadline for Sunday evening needs to be held firm, and at least real tangible movement, the release of hostages, needs to be seen in the next few hours.
Well, if we don't stand on that deadline, what was the purpose of doing the whole thing? Like, if I was Hamas, you know, and you didn't do anything after that time frame of like, oh, I'd be like, oh, he's full of shit. I'm going to continue to do whatever I want, and I'm going to go kidnap more people because they don't fucking stand on business.
Well, and then, sorry, I'm just thinking here, it's like, if we don't stand our ground on, like, our guidelines, we sound like the boy who's going to cry wolf. Hey, I'm going to raise hell on you if you don't do this. And then it happens, or the timeline goes over. Hey, I'm going to release hell if you guys don't stop. And then they keep going. And then we're just like, no, I really mean it. Like, you have to just set the tone, which is why that's why I also think that we acted the way that we did with the narco trafficking. Is it's setting a tone of like, we're not talking anymore. Like, this is what's going to happen.
Wrong administration, buddy.
Yeah.
We got the new Secretary of War, and the president is now Donald Trump, man. Y'all weren't fucking with us 4 years ago, or 4 years ago and prior. Y'all weren't fucking around with us. It was only the previous 4 years y'all thought you could do whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
I think taken beyond more than just face value.
Quite often you need pressure to produce a result. Clearly the president's applying his pressure. We'll see if it works out.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the Trump administration is carrying out strikes on vessels. We heard Rich talk about it, basically going after what they say are narco-terrorists. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth tweeting, "Our intelligence without a doubt confirmed that this vessel was trafficking narcotics. The people on board were narco-terrorists, and they were operating on a known narco-trafficking transit route. These strikes will continue until the attacks on the American people are over."
Hell yeah.
Is this an appropriate use of presidential war powers?
I think so, and I think there's a strong
yeah,
case to be made for that. I mean, these groups that are operating in the United States are killing American citizens, not just through their drugs.
Yeah. Hey, what the fuck are you doing here? What the fuck are you bringing to this bitch, huh? Illegally trying to sneak in through international waters. Get fucked, bro. Get fucked by a bomb. You're dead.
Right.
Have fun. Bring the next one. This shit's fun. It's like a new TV show. Get blown the fuck up.
Streamed live.
Yeah.
No.
What, you don't think it should be streamed live, killing narco-terrorists?
No.
Why?
Because I feel like media nowadays, everyone is so, like, the more people see something on the media, the more they think that it's okay for them to do, essentially. And so it's like,
No one's getting Hellfire missiles.
what? Bro, I'm not saying that they would get it, but you got crazy teenagers who are going to make a pipe bomb. Well, I watched it happen live. It's like, let the military be professionals and
Why would teenagers need a pipe bomb?
Why
It's
do
illegal. You can't
teenagers-
have ordinance.
Why do teenagers think that they can go shoot kids?
Yeah, it's illegal.
Because I understand that, but it's like, in my
It's
opinion,
not going to make a difference. It's if you're choosing to be a bad guy and do a bad thing.
then be reprimanded for it. Die.
Yeah,
Sorry.
absolutely.
Like,
But
that's
that's
a
why
you
I'm
problem.
saying doing it live is not going to make a difference.
But I do think it would start to normalize it to people like, oh, well, if I see it on the internet, I can do it myself. Why should I allow them, it's kind of like the I see, I do. And so, in my opinion, it's like, let the professionals be professionals. Obviously, they know that this is the correct people that they're going for. If you get the wrong people, I mean, look at our society now. We got a bunch of people that are uneducated. Well, I believe in this and this and this,
But
and they're
there's
causing
so many
riots on
other
things
on
that they
the
don't believe.
internet
Like,
you could just Google and research that are absolutely terrible and truly against the law. But if the government is doing their job protecting their country,
let the government do their job.
yeah,
Don't
but
do the
why?
government's job for them. Otherwise, we will end up more in arms with each other than before. Like, let's let the American people be the American people. Don't try to overstep in places that you don't know what you're doing. That's why I personally think, like, yeah, get rid of the bad guys. Kill them. See ya. Don't come here if you're going to cause a problem.
Obviously, it should be
but-
monitored like by the parents or something like that. I'm not saying it should be like the P word is not going to be, no parents like, oh, here, watch this. It's like, no.
But kids have unauthorized use on the internet all the time. What makes you think that they're going to be like, oh, mommy says I can't watch this? They don't care. They're going on the dark web and looking up someone getting their head chopped off.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me as a kid. And I was like, oh my God. So it's like, no, I don't think that should be like for public access. Hey, yeah, watch me bomb this guy 24/7. Like, yes.
So we shouldn't show the clip of them dropping the bomb
show
on
it
this.
to set a tone, but it shouldn't be something where I'm like, oh, I better get my morning coffee and watch everyone get bombed this morning.
Oh, well, yeah, that
and
I
then
agree with.
I'm going to go to work, and then I'm going to come home and watch my live stream of another person getting their head chopped. That's not our place. That's not our place.
I'd agree
Set
with
the
that.
tone, move on. Otherwise, you have people who are like, my whole life is I have to take action. I have to be like them. Because that's what a lot of people are doing nowadays. So it's
Yeah.
like, let the professionals be professionals.
I would agree that it doesn't need to be a TV show, but showing it to the public that, if you want to conduct terrorist activities inside the United States, you're going to get fucked. I think putting that out there and showing is a very good idea.
Mm. Go ahead. I'm going to use the restroom so you can play the clip.
But also through a whole other array of illicit activities. And so they are a national threat. They are killing American citizens. The president, given the size and the scale, in 2023, over 100,000 Americans died because of the poison that these groups are dealing in, is taking stiff and strong action. It requires a new approach to actually put these cartels out of business. Going after them in the Caribbean, around,
Oh,
coming
there
out
it
of the
is.
waters of Venezuela, I think is the right approach. International water, international space. But
We'll
it's
get it-
not
we'll get
gonna
a
be
clear
enough
clip
to
here
put
in
them out
just
of
a minute of that,
business
chat.
and rid the world of the scourge of these groups. Going to have to also broaden the scope.
The United States is celebrating this weekend 250 years of the United States Navy. We're told it's going to be a massive celebration in Norfolk, Virginia. President Trump is going. Your thoughts on that?
Well, that's as a Navy man myself for 26 years, it's good to see. We're coming up on the 250th anniversary of my proud service, and it would be great to see a very proud demonstration of naval power at one of our historic NATO present. So it's a signal across the board. It's not just the officer.
Secretary of War.
Here, let's see if we can. Let me see if I can pull up that clip for you guys really quick. Chat. How do I want to type this in?
I do love a good true crime and serial killer documentary. But I should know. I am wearing heels.
Don't come here illegally. We're striking, called those on board narco terrorists. I mean, bro, what are you doing here? I'm glad we're able to get these fucking clips. I'm glad that they're releasing it to the public. We're not fucking around. Don't come here illegally. Don't come here as no terrorists come here in general. And don't bring illegal substances into the United States of America, or you're going to get blown up before you even get here. And I'm so thankful this is the thing, because for years it's been not okay, but it's been tolerated. It's been able to happen. And guess what? Not anymore. You will literally be blown up before you even know what happened to you. You won't even hear it coming, buddy.
I like that we're setting this tone now. Initially, it was like well, let's justify why. Like, why are they coming here? Is it because they want more, like, opportunity, or they need to make money for their family? That was a big reasoning for a lot of people a while ago.
I don't care. You got to come here legally.
And it's like,
if
well,
you're
dude,
already doing illegal activities, if
Right.
you come here illegally, for example, and it goes across the board for anybody. My other assistant, Catherine, she came here legally from South Africa,
Right.
not illegally. That process was long. It was not fun, okay? But she did it, and that's why dude, she's amazing. She's awesome. You know, when they say, America's built off of immigrant. You know what? Sure. She works her ass off, and she is a huge asset to the United States of America. But she did it the right way.
Right. And I think it's disrespectful for, like, the people who did do it the right way, that people are
Absolutely.
justifying, like, on their, well, they want to come here for all these opportunities and rights. And it's like the people that did the process and worked hard to get where they are now, they're like, well, why did I have to go through all this, like, trial and tribulation when they get to come in here scotch-free and then bring in narcotics on top of it? That's going to end up like, we already have a drug issue, and that's never going to change in America. There's always going to be a drug issue, but it's like, you can have drug issues that at least you know it's not laced with something because you don't know where it came from, or you have people stealing drugs from the fucking pharmacy, which I don't condone, but at least you know that in that sense, you're not tainting, because fentanyl, there's been, what, 50%? Why are you smiling at me like that?
Keep going. You're good.
No.
Do not steal and do drugs.
Just don't steal and do drugs, but America's never going to not have a drug issue. It's just a worldwide problem as is. But if you're bringing in stuff, drugs, I mean, tell them what you were telling me. a while ago about how the United States is aware of the drug issue, but it's like making sure they're safe drugs instead of not safe drugs, but they're not laced with the million things of fentanyl and spice and all this other, you know what I'm talking about? We had this conversation a while ago.
We've had a lot of conversations about the I believe what Allie's talking about is the fact that like we're aware drugs are coming in and out of the United States. But I love how we're setting the tone now by like blowing up these boats, but that does cause the United States to utilize resources on our defense budget, for example, right? So let's say there's 100 of those boats. They're making a bunch of money with drugs in general. They just get 100 boats to come over here every single month. We're dropping Hellfire. So how much, let's see how much a Hellfire bomb is worth.
Right.
Hellfire missile costs $100,000. Okay? So we're wasting millions of dollars blowing those things up every single month, and they're making so much money it doesn't even put a dent in their budget. So what do we need to do? We allow some of those to come to shore. Why? We want to follow them. We want to see where the drugs are going. We want to catch the dealers, the distributors, and see where the money, when it's, put into the bank somewhere and put offshore, how can we elicit and find the big fish? And it's a sad reality because it's so rooted into the United States of America. It's hard to find. And this is the only way we can truly get them or get the bigger fish.
Right.
But now we're playing a different type of game. And I do kind of fuck with it. As you guys know, like I just said, I love the fact that we're dropping bombs. Because now those guys are going to be like, well, I don't want to go on the boat route this week.
Right.
Isn't America blowing us up now? I don't want to do that.
It's at the
No, you have to, or we're going to kill your whole family. Well, I don't want to be here anymore. And it's going to stop other people from even participating in stuff like that. So, is what it is. Let me see. What else do we... So, I want to find a quick little snippet of that speech.
There you go.
All right, so now, really quickly, our next little thing. We have the U.S. Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, has a meeting with a lot of generals and non-commissioned officers amongst all the branches of the United States military and delivered a message basically saying, prepare for war. He's killing the woke agenda, the new grooming standards of the military, and there will be no more fat generals. So we're going to take a few bits and watch what he was saying.
It all starts with physical fitness and appearance.
What the fuck
I was
is
about
that
to say,
sound?
no.
I'm not watching
We don't
that
like the
fucking
Thank you, NBC News, for your shitty sound quality.
Fucking dumbasses. Ooh, and yes, they can put their hands on recruits. Ooh, let's see.
Sixth, we must train and we must maintain. Any moment that we are not training on our mission or maintaining our equipment is a moment we are less prepared for preventing or winning the next war. That is why today, at my direction, we are drastically reducing the ridiculous amount of mandatory training that individuals and units must execute. We've already ended the most egregious. Now we're giving you back real time. Less PowerPoint briefings and fewer online courses, more time in the motor pool, and more time on the range.
Yes.
Our job...
and for those of you who don't know, I'm an Army vet, okay? I've done my time in combat arms as an infantryman. I've been a sniper and reconnaissance section leader. And then I took my time and went into the intelligence community as a counterintelligence agent. So there's a lot of great things about the military. There's a lot of shit things about the military. It's always changing, some for the good, some for the worse. But right now, I think the military is an absolute shitty cesspool of dumbass shit. Worse than it's ever been before.
Why?
You have terrible grooming standards. People can have beards now. How the fuck... Yeah. Oh, well, what about people who have skin conditions and like all that? Dude, you're going to go to war and fucking kill people. I don't give a fuck about your skin condition. Everyone, you ever been deployed to Afghanistan or Iraq? 117-degree heat by the time it's 8 a.m. in the morning. You want to know what fucking skin condition you're going to have? You're going to fucking have a bunch of prickly heat on your back. You're going to get a bunch of fucking sores. You're going to be terrible. You're going to have a skin condition everywhere. You're going to have sunburn. I don't give a fuck about your shaving profile issue. Suck it up, dude. Go somewhere else. Go be a civilian. Okay? This is not for the weak. It is not. Okay? We don't care. You're fighting like the stupidest battle, okay? There's gonna be a real war you're gonna have to face, and you're complaining about a shaving profile, dude. Get over it.
Just sounds like a bunch of extra loopholes.
Yeah, get over it. And there's been clips all over the internet where some NCOs and stuff like that, which is crazy to me. You cannot be an NCO with the shaving profile. I'm sorry. I get it. And a lot of NCOs admitted they were just playing the system. A lot of veterans were like, oh man, I got to shave tomorrow because now you're not allowed to have a beard, which, you know, I am all for, okay? You can't have a beard, you got to shave it. And there's people driving around, they're like, they got us. I was just playing the game. I get it, man. I get it. Who the fuck wants to shave every day? Nobody. Total pain in the ass. There's other things we could be doing, but there's a standard to be set. And the more like standards we lose, the more shit we become. And that's absolutely what happened to the United States military. Oh, well, what about religions outside of like skin conditions and stuff like that? Bro, guess what? You don't have your rights anymore. You don't have the religion you claim anymore. We are all equal pieces of shit once you go to boot camp and sign that dotted line, okay? Shave your fucking beard, wear a normal PC, because it is dress right dress. Nobody looks different right now. We do not pick favorites. It is absolutely insane to me.
Yeah.
It is insane.
Money, equipment, weapons, and parts to train and maintain, and then you take it from there. You all know this because it's common sense. The tougher and the higher the standards in our units, the higher the retention rates in those units.
Agreed.
Warriors want to be challenged. Troops want to be tested. When you don't train and you don't...
My favorite part is the second the standards got lowered, all the real warfighters, everybody who actually deployed, left. Because now I'm serving next to a piece of shit who's fat as fuck and can't do 30 push-ups. I don't want you to have my back. I can't trust you to carry me when I'm fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
But then when you have people who want to stay in, or when you have hard standards and it's difficult, all the warfighters want to stay because they know they're going to get to deploy, get into the actual shit with some real fucking savages just like them that they can depend on, the men on your left and your right.
You can actually trust them.
Yeah, and when those dudes re-enlist and stay in, it starts this fucking fire inferno of motivated dudes who want to be war and fight hungry. Oh, well, that's terrible. What does that do to this? It's not the civilian sector anymore, people. This is the United States military. Those are the people you want.
Right.
The best defense against evil men are good men skilled at violence.
You demoralize. And that's when our best people decide to take their talents to the civilian world. The leaders who created the woke department have already driven out too many hard chargers. We reversed that trend.
That's what you do.
Right
Me and him are one of them. I left because there are too many weak people.
In which high-intensity war exists without pain, agony, and human tragedy. We are in a dangerous line of work. You are in a dangerous line of work. We may lose good people.
We will lose good people.
But let no warrior cry out from the grave, if only I had been properly trained.
Abso-fucking-lutely. This is firing me up.
Lose warfighters because we failed to train or equip them or resource them. Shame on us if we do. Train like your warriors' lives depend on it. Because they do. To that point, basic training is being restored to what it should be. Scary, tough, and disciplined.
Absolutely.
We're empowering drill sergeants to instill healthy fear in new recruits.
Fuck yes.
Ensuring that future warfighters are forged. Yes, they can shark attack, they can toss bunks, they can swear, and yes, they can put their hands on recruits. This does not mean they can be reckless or violate the law.
I'm gonna touch on that.
But they can use tried and true methods to motivate new recruits.
I fucking love this. It was a mistake when you can't hit fucking privates, dude. It is a fucking mistake. There is a necessary fear that needs to be developed in basic training. I literally even said on one of my shorts the other day, what happened when you were terrified to even look into the eyes of a drill sergeant, okay? In basic training, I'm seeing all these clips and footage of people literally becoming buddies with their drill sergeant, becoming your friends. No, you should be like, holy fuck, that guy's a savage. He's a fucking warfighter, okay? Because that's how the enemy's gonna look at you when that man fucking trains you, when you go to war. That's how you need to be developed. That a necessary fear. Now, to my point though, unnecessary hazing and things like that, That shit doesn't work. Okay? It does not work. It's not needed. But if you're not listening, you know, let's say this. You want to know when I knew my parents weren't fucking around? When they were trying to teach me something, I didn't listen, and I got fucking spanked. And it caused me to cry. That's what needs to happen in fucking boot camp. And trust me, getting hit in boot camp is way better than not doing your job and losing a fellow battle buddy or friend in the line of fire. Because, you know, God forbid that day will come for you, for a majority of you. Not even a majority, for a select few of you who choose to go into the combat arms MOSs and get deployed.
I mean, I saw for boot camp, because I find your content when we, like you and I will like look for content for military like fails that we're seeing nowadays. And I remember when I would first look at it, it would be like, oh my God, don't fuck with the drill sergeant. Don't look at him. Like, you keep your head down, you have respect. And then like this last week, I'm looking for stuff on the internet, and it was like oh, if you make eye contact with the drill sergeant while you're eating, your whole table has to get up and stop eating.
That used to be a thing.
But then now it's like, no, me and my drill, we're boys. I text him and ask him what he wants from the gas station. And I'm like, I thought that like, it was basically, you know, head down. Granted, I've never been in the military, so I'm not sure as to how this works. So in my head, I'm like, what changed from that? Is that a thing?
Lots of complaining, people, you know, rights and, you know, woke-isms, not the whole woke, dude, you know, whatever. The whole woke mentality does not have a place in the United States military.
Yeah.
It doesn't. The United States military is about, you know, living a hard, cruel life as a sheepdog neglected by the sheep, the United States people, okay? So, and that's what it is. But apparently, you know, I deserve this and I deserve that. When you sign that paperwork, people, they literally tell you your rights are being stripped from you. So don't give us no bullshit. If you regretted it, that's on you. You made a commitment. You need to learn to have a fucking backbone. But society's changed, and like, you know, there have been correct changes inside of the military with some of it, you know. But not all of it belongs, and it's caused the military to get extremely weak. And I do believe, yeah.
Also, before you go.
And Slaver with the kicks, man. Thank you so much.
And
leaders will help you get through your mission, but a good leader isn't your friend.
Agreed.
There's a line drawn in the sand.
I agree. If you try to teach a lesson to like one of your friends that has no like background, I'm gonna be like, okay, thanks for telling me. But if it's someone I know who has a background, I'm like, they know what they're doing, I'm going to be like, that is someone that I should learn something from. If it's like my friend, it's like, hey, actually, you should probably, granted, I'm new to the gun community, but granted, oh, hey, you should shoot your gun like this. I don't know if you can shoot a gun. When have you ever shot a gun? But if it's someone that has a reputable background that is a leader and not your bestie, I'm going to take their advice over yours any day. That creates, at least to me, that creates respect, and that creates a well-rounded knowledge on the fact. Also, Dong PB Bong Water, thank you so much for the 5 subs. I just caught wind of that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bondwater. Greatly appreciated. Rumble, just to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I saw we had a Donny Woney. I think I already said thank you. Oh my gosh, that shit is deep. Myers Bradley, thank you so much for the Donny Woney, man. It is greatly appreciated. And once again, everybody, every single penny goes back in the channel for your guys' entertainment. And just know that we greatly appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yo, Rumble, y'all going crazy right now. I really appreciate you guys.
He'll give you a forehead kiss tomorrow.
All right, and we continue.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and continue with the speech.
ADHD.
They need to be. Back to basics at basic as well.
Yeah.
Of course. And you know this basic training is not where mission readiness should end. The nature of the evolving threat environment demands that everyone in every job must be ready to join the fight if needed.
Absolutely.
A core credo of the Marine Corps is every Marine a rifleman. It means that everyone, regardless of MOS, is proficient enough to engage an enemy threat at sea, in the air, or in a so-called rear area. We need to ensure that every member of our uniformed military maintains baseline proficiency in basic combat skills.
Absolutely.
Especially because the next war, like the last, will likely not have a rear area.
So one thing to hit on really quick about that is he mentions everybody at the end of the day. Let's say a great one I like to use is medics, right? So as an infantryman, you roll around with medics all the time when you deploy, okay? And then, for example, in a sniper and reconnaissance platoon, we were all extremely proficient in our warrior tasks and drills in the sense of fighting, but also medical. We're running IV lines. We're, doing all different types of medical training. Are we the best? No, but do we have the ability to take care of one another to the scale of in the Army, it's a 68 whiskey, and then pull back and get them to a hospital or get them to transport? Yes. But the problem was when you're a sniper and reconnaissance platoon, you're basically on you're the tip of the spear for that echelon, for that battalion when you're fighting. If you guys know what I'm talking about, a scout platoon, whether it's for your battalion or your brigade. A problem we ran into is we're all extremely fit. Are the medics prepared to shoot and fight if we get into a gunfight? No. What does that make them? A liability. So what would we do? Whenever we're like, hey, this medic's going to be assigned to you guys, we go, no, you can just chill here. Give me those bags. Give me all this medical shit. Ooh, we're going to take this, this, and this. Why? We can hump the weight for days. Because when we're operating at that capacity, we're not moving with the line element. We're not relaxing. We are moving, hiding, setting up hide and serve sites, conducting reconnaissance. We don't want to be exposed because you don't possess that skill. And also, if we get into a gunfight and we need to maneuver, if you don't possess that knowledge, you're going to drag us down. And when you're in a sniper and reconnaissance platoon, you have way less firepower. Right. Okay? And this guy, we need him to learn how to fight if he's going to do that. So it's better to just not have you and not worth the risk of getting caught. So yeah, it's just like that. And then there's other times when I've been deployed as an infantryman, and there is a mortar attack. You get IDF indirect fire. I remember grabbing our medics being like, get the fuck to the ECP. We got to make sure there's no counter attack, because sometimes when that happens, they'll attack different components of the base. Once the mortar shell hits, its target, causes chaos, and then like, okay, maybe the front gate or different entry points are weak. What happens with the medics half the time? I don't know where my rifle is. One, the lack of discipline isn't there, which is extremely sad. Two, it's, hey, I need you to get behind this 249 or this 240. I need to go get us a new radio. I don't know how to use this weapon system. What the fuck? I cannot rely on you for shit because you also don't know how to use this fucking radio. The basic warrior tasks and drills are not met, and that needs to be met for every single MOS inside of the military. By the way, guys, just so you know, all my 68 whiskeys, all my medics out there, I love you guys. I know there's a bunch of studs out there. I'm only talking about the few inconveniences I've ran into, but in real-world fights with real-world consequences, which is why it needs to be trained amongst everybody in all MOSs.
That was going to be me. I was going to be the person that you're complaining about. I was genuinely considering it when I was graduating high school because they had the little sign-up booth for, I think it was the Navy. And they were like, come do pull-ups. I'm like, I can't do pull-ups for shit. But I was going to be a nurse. I was going to school for a nursing degree. And I was like, well, what if I, enlisted in the Navy as a medic for that? And my mom was like, no, you will not enlist. Like, you cannot do that. You're not allowed. And I'm like, no, I won't. Because at the time, I wasn't familiar with guns. I wasn't comfortable holding guns at the time. I grew up in a very different part of my state that wasn't very familiar with guns. And so I hadn't shot a gun, nothing like that. And I was like, well, I'll be the kind of medic that just takes care of people. I don't want to have to shoot anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody.
So imagine if you were the medic. I said, hey, Allie, I don't have anybody. So this is the reality of war, guys. Yeah. It's if this entry point goes down and they get onto base, everyone fucking... By the way, to all my warfighters out there, I know this is an extreme situation, and to all the civilians out there, this is not like a norm thing. You don't need to be like, oh my God, all these soldiers are dying. No, but I would have to grab you. I'd be like, hey, I need you to get that rifle, and we're going to have to fucking kill some people right now if they come through this point. And I need you. Yeah. I'm going to watch this way. You're going to watch that way. And if somebody comes to try and kill us this way, I need you to pull that trigger. Right. And if she can't do her job and she gets killed, I'm end up getting killed as well. You're dead weight. Yeah. So... yeah. I would have been your problem for sure. Props to everyone who can do it, because I was not one of them. Oh, here, let's... we're going to continue the speech. The speech did hit a few different things. Oh, yeah, the fat general thing that he was saying.
That makes me toxic, then so be it. Second, today at our direction, we're ensuring that every service, every unit, every schoolhouse, and every form of professional military education conduct an immediate review of their standards.
Absolutely.
Now, we've done this in many places already, but today it goes...
I already know what he is going to hit. One problem I have about standards in the United States military, and the topic right here is this is not about preventing women from serving, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The military physical fitness test, all the branches have one. They're slightly different, but all similar, same, but different, but still same. The one thing that is different in all of these is the males have a different scale than the females.
Mm-hmm.
A male can get 100% if he does all this, but if a female does that, she doesn't have to do as much as the men do in order to get 100%. Well, guess what? If I weigh 300 pounds with my gear on, and I get shot and I'm down and I need you to carry me to safety, I do not weigh less because a female now needs to help me. I'm still a 300-pound individual. You need to be able to fucking move that weight. And, you know, women have entered the combat arms MOSs. As you guys know, before they could not. I'm totally for it. I've met a handful of women inside the combat arms community who are way fucking better, way more savage, way more violent, and physically proficient than the males. And I would love to serve with them and go through the shit with them. But that is not the majority of them. So the standards need to be the same because war does not change based off of sex, race, or gender. You know, it does not matter.
People are saying also as well, firefighters are having the same issue as well.
Yeah.
When it comes to, like, can you rely on your partner to carry you out of the building?
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Like, if I was to go down, you could be like, here you go. But if you were to go down, I'd be like...
So at the end of the day, what I'm hearing is, I can care for you, but you cannot care for me.
Which causes distrust within your team because it's like, okay, now I feel more heightened to, like, take care of myself because I don't know if you can carry me out of this house or not. But
yeah.
I know you can carry me, but... Or I can, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, I mean, and the problem we ran into is that when people heard shit like that, mainly the civilian sector, oh, well, that's not fair that they don't get the same opportunity to serve in combat arms. People's lives are in jeopardy.
Right.
Get over it. This is not a sense of fairness. There is a reality we have to take part in. Here, let's go.
The entire Department of War. Any place where tried and true physical standards were altered, especially since 2015 when combat arms standards were changed to ensure females could qualify, must be returned to their original standard.
They were changed so females could participate.
Other standards have been manipulated to hit racial quotas as well, which is just as unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
This too must end. Merit.
I don't get what fucking color your skin is. I need you to do the fucking job, dude.
Right.
I literally don't give a fuck. But the standard has to change because of the color of your skin, or there's not enough people of the same skin color. Like, what are we doing? This standard is colorless, genderless, and all of the above. It does not matter. It is the standard.
Right.
And guess what? Statistics are a thing, guys. You know, what is the other word? Statistics are a thing, and
results.
Stigma, like, you know, not a stigma.
Stereotype.
Yeah, statistics are a thing and stereotypes are a thing. It's not a big fucking deal. It's nothing against you. It's the reality that some people face, you know?
Yeah, I feel like...
Get the fuck over it.
Yeah, I feel like equality has become such like a, well, I want the same amount of opportunity as you, and why do you get to go and I don't get to go? And it's like, in my opinion, I feel like someone should have a blindfold on and you can't see who they are, what they look like, anything like that. If they can run the standard that you're supposed to run, that limit, or what's the requirement. If you can run the requirement that needs to...
If you can meet the standard.
Yes, if you can meet the standard of that, and you can lift the standard of that, then you're in. It doesn't matter what you look like, what gender you are, anything like that. If you can meet the quota of what is required of you, then yes, you get the opportunity. But just because equality is a thing doesn't mean you get to get a participation award when people's lives are at risk.
Absolutely.
That's not a valid reason for me.
Yeah, you guys, we do raids and stuff here. I'm trying to figure out how the whole Rumble shebang bang thing works, but yeah.
Only. The president talks about it all the time. Merit-based.
Merit-based.
Here are two basic frameworks I urge you to pursue in this process.
I would, and by the way, we haven't done it enough, guys, but please let us know down below in the comments how you guys feel about all this, from the Hamas stuff to, I mean, we mainly just covered the Hamas stuff. The
Hamas,
vessels being shot down with Hellfire missiles, the Secretary of War's speech. I think, you know, these are the struggles I face that I wish were answered when I was still in the military. And it makes me feel so much more confident in our combat arms MOSs, our military as a whole, to hear that these changes are being met. But if you guys are against it and don't like what he's saying, that is totally okay. We encourage you guys to bring up these topics, the angles, the opinions that you have down below in the comments, just so maybe we can get a different point of understanding that we might be missing.
I feel like a well-rounded answer comes from different side of perspectives. If everyone has groupthink mentality, then none of us are getting a good perspective. We're all just agreeing with each other.
Absolutely.
And no good answer or well-rounded thought comes from one opinion. A lot of opinions need to be met in order to get a good, you know what I'm saying? Sorry.
She needs to stop saying, you know what I'm saying. But yes. Also, for anybody in the future, just know we are going to work on our descriptions and describing, because I know some of you guys are just going to be listeners on here and not visual listeners. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that Hegseth even had to make this common sense argument. Like, it's actually sad. There's too much emotion in the military when it doesn't need to be there. Enslaver with the kicks, man. Thank you so much. This talk reminds me of when the SWAT show touched this issue. Oof. I'm not aware of what it was, but shit.
Standards I call, my staff's heard all about them, the 1990 test and the E6 test.
The E6 test.
The 1990s test is simple.
For viewers who aren't aware of stuff like this, like me, for example, or listeners, what is the E6 test?
I don't know what the 1990 test is, but E6 I'm referring to is like my time in the military. I left the military as an E6, which is a staff sergeant, at least for the Army, right? It's different for different branches, different ranks. But in order to become, so when you hit E5 and E6, those are, we'll say, bigger deals inside of the United States military because you become a NCO, which is a non-commissioned officer. So you are now a leader of soldiers. You become a sergeant or a staff sergeant, so on and so forth. And you have to meet certain tests, standards. You have to have a certain amount of time in the military. You have to be able to meet the requirements of that rank. You need to be able to do certain tasks efficiently. You need to go to a leadership course to understand, things you've never been taught before and what it is to maintain. And the one thing about that is, it's never easy becoming a leader, but I've never had more of a privilege than being a leader inside of the United States military. But the test he's referring to, and a board. A board is a big thing. You need to sit down and you'll be asked questions in front of other, higher ranking NCOs and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the test has gone to shit because now there is a certain amount of different types of NCOs that need to be there. The standard's it needs to be hard. You want a leader who can do hard things because he will be faced with hard decisions. Okay, and that's the thing of being a leader. You're a decision maker.
Yep.
What were the military standards in 1990?
Oof, I would love to
know. And if they have changed, tell me why. Was it a necessary change based on the evolving landscape of combat? Or was the change due to a softening, weakening, or gender-based pursuit of other priorities? 1990s seems to be as good a place to start as any. And the E6 test. Ask yourself, does what you're doing make the leadership, accountability, and lethality efforts of an E6, or frankly an O3, does it make it easier or more complicated? Does the change empower staff sergeants, petty officers, and tech sergeants to get back to basics? The answer should be a resounding yes.
Absolutely.
The E6 test, or O3 test, clarifies a lot, and it clarifies quickly. Because war does not care if you're a man or a woman.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Neither does the enemy.
Yep.
Nor does the weight of your rucksack, the size of an artillery round, or the body weight of a casualty on the battlefield.
This gets my dick fucking hard, guys.
This, and I want to be very clear about this, this is not about preventing women from serving.
No.
It's
about saving those women who are serving your fucking life, including the men to your left and your right.
Troops. Our female officers and NCOs are the absolute best in the world.
The fucking dude.
But when it comes to
the standard, you know what? And I'll take pride in this. You can ask anybody in my unit. They'll be like, "Hey, tell me about Sergeant Ortiz." Fucking stud. You need to learn anything, be taught anything, I'm willing to fucking teach you. Why? I am a leader, and my goal is to make you better than me, and I truly want that. But my goal is also to, and people don't like this, enforce the standard. Be a fucking dickhead to you, because I know, I've been in the military long enough, I know what the fucking rules are. If you're not clean shaven, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna give you a fucking hard time. If you look unprofessional in any way, shape, or form, I'm gonna get on your ass. It is literally, you should be able to look at every single NCO and be like, he's not a fat body, he's not a piece of shit. That's a stone cold hard motherfucker, and any question I ask him, he's gonna have the answer to it. And if I don't know how to do it and I need him to show me, he will do it. I may have to pay the consequences for talking to him, but like he just said, you go, that's a bad motherfucker right there. But if anything hits the fan, the long story short in NCO is, if bullets started flying, everybody's head looks directly to you.
Yeah.
That's what it means to be that's what that's what an NCO is. Or an officer, right? At the end of the day, a leader, guys. When shit hits the fan, no matter where anybody's at, what's going on, you know you're a leader when people stop and they look directly at you and they're willing to listen and do anything you say.
Right.
Why? You are proficient in your roles and responsibilities. Yes, you are leading from the front.
Yes.
Any job that requires physical power to perform in combat, those physical standards must be high and gender neutral. If women can make it, excellent. If not, it is what it is.
Exactly.
Same thing for men, though.
No women qualify for some combat jobs.
Yeah, and it's sad that he does have to hit on this, but the backlash I'm sure he's gotten, and even the backlash from my units and stuff like that, when when females are trying out for certain things, it's like, no, we're not trying to prevent women from joining. It's like, guys, there's certain realities to all things in life. I'm just a dude, man. I can't have a baby, right? Ooh, there's just stupid little things like that. Men are naturally stronger. And what's the one thing about the military? Strength, dude. You're carrying heavy shit all day.
And that's just biology.
Endurance. It's just biology. It's nothing personal.
Yeah. I feel like that's why it's so controversial, is people take it to a personal level of, oh, you think you're better than me.
Yeah. We don't care about your feelings.
Yeah. Feelings have nothing to account into this at the end of the day. If you are standing in combat and you need to be strong enough, your feelings are nothing at this point. Your feelings have now killed you.
Yeah. Do you want to die? Exactly. Do you want to die with those feelings?
Yeah.
Jobs, so be it.
But yeah, sorry. What I was saying really quick is, it's not just, it's sad that he has to just hit on the female part because it's going to get knocked so much, but I will speak on his behalf. He's also talking about the men, dude. If you can't fucking meet this standard, fuck you. A female who is qualified and is an absolute badass is going to take your fucking spot because you don't deserve it. It truly is a privilege to be in these positions and to serve your country. That is my belief.
Yeah.
That is not the intent, but it could be the result. So be it.
Yeah.
It will also mean that weak men won't qualify because we're not playing games. This is combat. This is life or death. As we all know, this is you versus an enemy hell-bent on killing you.
Yes.
To be an effective, lethal fighting force, you must trust that the warrior alongside you in battle is capable, truly physically capable of doing what is necessary under fire. You know, this is the only standard you would want for your kids and for your grandkids. Apply the War Department Golden Rule, the 1990 test, and the E6 test, and it's really hard to go wrong. Third.
He spits facts.
Yeah, no, and the crazy part is I have a lot of respect because this is a speech a lot of people have not wanted to give. A lot of people don't want to talk about shit like this because
you
they're
already
so
know.
like scared of being like pressed by
Public
the public.
scrutiny. You know he's going to get public scrutiny. He's going to get death threats. He's going to have his emails and calls flooded to all of his family members being like, how could you say this? Like, I deserve to have equal amount of this as the other guy or this person. Like,
He's going to save a lot of lives though by doing
exactly.
this.
It's like, and the thing is that that person's going to get over that emotion in like a week. They're going to be like, oh, I forgot I even said that to him. I forgot I even sent a hate comment to that guy. But then next thing you know, if we're not going to bring up this conversation, you're going to have someone incapable of helping you in a time of need, incapable of helping whoever in a time of need because they didn't fit the quota of what was required of them. And now they're dead. And would you rather have a dead family member or would you rather have, you know? Did you get what I'm saying? Sorry, my brain is like I'm watching you type. My ADHD is like, what are you doing over there? But I don't think that people get so worked up over the smallest things and then they're going to forget about it.
I don't want my son.
How is this the same?
So this is the fat generals thing.
Oh,
So
there
like
you
I said,
go.
guys, we're just kind of putting together a handful of things he was talking about.
Serving alongside troops who are out of shape. Or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men. Or troops who are not fully proficient on their assigned weapons, platform, or task.
That was the problems I've run into.
Or under a leader who was the first, but not the best. Standards must be uniform, gender neutral.
I'll talk about, in case, like I said, we're talking about different things here. I will clarify what he's talking about, the first and not the best. For example, when I became a sergeant in the Army in 2 years, okay? Fast-tracked, pretty good timeline, okay? It is the fastest you can become a non-commissioned officer inside of the United States Army. So what does that look like? That means I'm 20, 21 years old, and I am now in charge of men who have been in the military, and I already had a deployment by this point in time as well, who were quite literally 28 to 30 years old. Those were the oldest people, I think. The oldest person I've ever been in charge of was maybe 31. And they didn't like that. They were some of them, shitbags, because they thought since they were in the military longer, they deserved the right to be a leader, be an NCO, be a sergeant, because they have more time in service than me. But they lacked experience, dedication, and, potential. And that was my main thing when I joined the military. I was like, I'm going to be the best motherfucker on the face of the earth. Oh, this deployment's coming up. I'm going to run faster, train harder. I want to be better than everybody.
Right.
I want to be that guy. That was like my calling, and I wanted to do that. And I did. But like I said, you have these people who think they deserve it just because they were in longer.
With the mindset of like respect your elders, like the
Yeah, and that shit does not fly. It is what he had mentioned it earlier is it's a merit-based thing. If you put out the most, you're gonna get the most back, and that is the right way of thinking. I think and that, for all things, not just the military, but life in general, merit-based. I'm gonna put in the most amount of effort and kill myself for this, and technically I'll be rewarded more. And you should. You're trying the hardest out of everybody. And these guys, there a lot of people. That's why, thank God for the E5 and E6 test, because if those tests weren't there, you would have pieces of shit leading because they were there first.
Right.
It's like, no, you need qualified leaders there, people who have drive. And that was one of my things the second I got in the military. I met a sergeant who was 21 years old, and because he was almost in the same, and I had an ego check. Because I was like, oh, we're almost the same age. Fuck this guy. Why is he in charge of me?
Right.
I'm better. And I was like, you know what? I should put my fucking foot in my mouth, shut up,
put your nose to the
and
grindstone.
just fucking go. And
Yep.
just go and do it. And I did. I got very lucky, very fortunate. I had a lot of great leadership.
My
And I know
brain-
it's not the same case for everybody.
Right. My brain, when you're referring to this, I think of like dodgeball. It's like if you have someone on your team for dodgeball and you know that they've been here the longest, but they are not going to help your team win, are you going to pick that dodgeball player, or are you going to get the new kid that fucking slams people all across the teams? Are you going to pick the shitty dodgeball player, or are you going to pick the good one? It doesn't matter what they look like, how long they've been there. You're going to pick the kid that's going to help you win. And I think it applies like all around. It's just everything has gotten so personal with what you look like and your gender and equality and participation awards that it's like, no, it doesn't matter. No participation award. No one's getting a participation award.
Yeah.
Get the best player. Whoever can provide the results is who you want. You don't want someone that's like, well, I provide differences on this team. Your differences will get us killed if you don't know what the fuck you got to do.
Mm-hmm. This is a thing that I started telling soldiers or anybody that would be like, you know, if you ever have to tell a soldier anything like that because they think you like you don't care about them or you love them. And I had to start telling a lot of people this, and I was like, I love you, but I don't care about your feelings.
Yeah.
That is the difference. And I love you so much that I don't care about your feelings. That's why these things are unfolding this way.
It was at this
you know,
moment that
because at least in the military, like I said, not all the time. It's not always life and death, but
Right.
there could
That's what
be,
you're
and for a
training for.
majority, is there's a point of life and death that may come
Yeah.
about, and it's not always combat. It could be a fire in a vehicle, a fire in a building. It could be
Dangerous positions.
dangerous positions. It could be wildlife. It could be so many things, guys.
Mm-hmm. I forgot what I was going to say.
And high. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations or really any formation and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are. So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test.
A lot of people you'll see in the military is once you reach like a certain weight, you look like a fucking bag of shit. Oh, well, I'm a high rank. It doesn't even matter. I'm in charge now. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's why the standards need to be enforced and retained. And you can't enforce the standards if you're not following them.
Right.
That's
Practice
bullshit.
what you preach. Otherwise, don't preach.
I've been doing this for 20 years.
Show
they
it.
owe you nothing. Yeah, show it.
Look like it,
Show
man.
you're a stud.
Yeah.
There should be reviews yearly, and there are, but I think they need to be cracked down on harder, is that if you do not meet the requirements and you're not an absolute stud of an officer or a non-commissioned officer, you can lose rank over that
Right.
because you're getting way too complacent. And complacency in war is death.
Nope. I do like how he called out, like, there's fatties in the Pentagon. I wasn't expecting that
Well,
to come
he's
out of
sitting
his
in front of
mouth.
a room of generals
I
right
know.
now.
I was like, oh, that's symbols.
Oh, well, what about a thyroid problem? Shut the fuck up, man. No one cares.
Everybody's
just
got
stop.
problems.
Just stop.
Loopholes. Bunch of loopholes.
You look, yeah, that's all they're looking for.
Wait.
And as the chairman said, yes, there is no PT test. But today, at my direction, every member of the Joint Force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year, as well as meet height and weight requirements twice a year.
I love that.
Every year of service.
Yeah, trash leadership is why I left. A handful
Also
of people
today,
left
at
because
my
of trash
direction,
leadership.
every warrior across our Joint Force is required to do PT every duty day. Should be common sense.
It
Most
should
units do that
already
already.
be the standard.
But we're
It needs to be
codifying it.
enforced.
And
is
we're
the
not talking
difference.
like hot yoga and stretching.
No, fucking go lift
Real
some
hard
shit. Go
PT,
fucking run.
either as a unit or as an individual. At every level, from the Joint Chiefs to everyone in this room to the youngest private, leaders set the standard. And so many of you do this already.
And so I know we're kind of coming to a conclusion on that part, but finally, a lot of people are, let's be fair and address the other side of the fence. Because like for females, for example, there was a change in things, right? Do I think there should be a change in the gender thing? No. But for those of you who don't know, there's also a change in the grading scale when it comes to PT tests for age. Now, there is a fair reality to that because after a certain age, you can't do some certain jobs inside of the military. Hence for the physical fitness tests. Now, these generals, some of them are fucking old as hell. They're old as shit, and there is no PT test for generals. Thank God, due to the Secretary of War, there is now. There is going to be a general PT test. Do I think that is fair? Absolutely. Do I think it's good? Absolutely. And for anybody who's worried about the age of some of these generals, which is why I'm bringing this up, the grading scale will slightly change due to age. Why? A general is not going to technically be on the field of battle. That's not what they do. Shooting a gun and dragging troops. But do they need to stand in front of them physically fit in order to give a speech, give strategical planning? Yes, they do. So, yeah.
I think it's only fair.
It's only fair. So somebody said height requirements every year. Are people shrinking? So the reason we call it height and weight requirements. So it's due to like the body's proportion, right? It basically is going to be like, why do you have a fucking fat gut? Like, what are you doing? We call those people fat bodies in the military. And they need to fucking not be fucking fat bodies. But for those of you guys who are curious about the height thing, the height in the military, you can't do some jobs in the military if you are like freakishly tall or if you are freakishly tiny. And no jobs
Like
come off
what?
of the top of my head, but let me check. Like I know it basically like I don't even think you can join the army if you're like Jaywa, for example.
Yes.
He's too tall. He can't join the military. Let alone you have to crawl half the time if you're under fire. You don't want to get shot in the fucking head, right?
That's true.
But yeah, so like let me try and give you guys a
Height requirements. And Wilson, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you.
What the fuck?
You can't join the military if you are a felon with severe medical conditions.
Okay, so here's an example. I should have said submarine. I should have known better. So a fighter pilot, a tank crewman, and a submarine crewman, they do have height requirements. Why? Those are super small, compact areas. You obviously can't be Andre the Giant in a fucking fighter jet because they're not going to make a bigger jet for you. So that's just like a very simple example.
Right.
But yeah. Let me see.
Helicopter pilot as well.
I think we might as well just end it up on there. If you guys want us to hear us quickly go over the Diddy case.
I want to talk about Diddy.
Okay, Ali wants to talk about Diddy. Tell us
I
about
want to
Diddy.
talk about Diddy. What the fuck? That's all I have to say is what the fuck. He only got 4 years. I don't even know how many.
I'm going to play devil's advocate with her right now.
Go ahead. Yeah, please do. Please do. I'm so curious as to how everyone wants to see the Epstein files. That's a big thing. And that's continuously been a big thing.
Don't worry, guys. When that next big topic drops, it's going to be covered. We're probably going to get canceled, but it's going to be covered.
We're going to get canceled for the Epstein files. I think we're the last people that will get canceled for the Epstein files. Probably the people on the Epstein files will be cooked. But I don't understand how Diddy only got 4 years.
What'd he do?
What didn't he do? He had giant orgies with children. And so many people were like, so many victims were coming out saying, you don't think so?
No, you got to be, thank God we're not on Twitch right now.
Why?
We're going to have to delete this VOD. You got to be careful when mentioning minors and stuff like that.
I thought this was brutally honest.
It is brutally honest, but like you got to.
Okay, I will censor myself a little bit better.
Yeah, fucking P. Diddler. But yeah, allegedly having sexual activities with minors.
Yes, people under the age of 18. And a lot of victims had came forward about this case. However, since the case had been going on for such a long period of time, a lot of these witnesses and victims that wanted to speak out about it withdrew their statements because they're afraid, because Diddy technically has a lot of traction of going after people when they try to cross him. And so I'm just confused on how this giant upscale of like, oh my God, this guy has been, I'm trying to censor myself so we don't get in trouble here, but the human trafficking almost, where he is engaging in sexual acts with people that are not of the consenting age, and there's only 4 years of jail time for that or prison time for that. And I'm baffled because just because you have an A-list sitting and you have
to
money,
be fair,
you're not paying the price of, like, the law does not say, like,
okay, but people, and I get it. I totally get the fact that he's coming after people, but people need to fucking speak up, because you can't just be tried without zero evidence and zero people like calling against you, or else it just turns into something else.
What about the people that speak up and then end up dying out of nowhere?
But do you not see how that can be used against so many people and just be like, oh, well, we said it, we have the hidden, like there does need to be a certain amount of evidence, like there has to be.
But if he is being placed in jail for the crimes, why only 4 years if there is such a lengthy lengthy record of all of the crimes he's committed.
Yeah, I think if you do anything against children, you need to
Why
be
are-
like fucking murdered. You
Why
need
are
to be killed.
celebrities being protected just because of their public face? It baffles my mind, genuinely. I sit there and I'm like, why are these people on my screen and being like my kids, my future kids, are they gonna see, oh yeah, that guy, you know, he's been known to engage in provocatory acts with underage kids
So he
my
got
age.
charged with prostitution.
For only 4 years. He's having giant parties of people to come over to his house. There's baby oil everywhere, and he only gets 4 years.
I
for
mean,
this.
orgies aren't illegal.
Orgies with underage children are illegal.
Yes.
So only
but
4 years for that?
But that's not even what he's getting charged for.
Prostitution in itself.
Let's listen.
Chaotic scenes as Diddy's family came to court to support him at his sentencing.
How you feeling today, Mama?
His mother, Janice, was followed by his son, Quincy, and 3 daughters who entered court hand in hand. Another son and his girlfriend were also there to show their support. Diddy was convicted of transportation to engage in prostitution, but found not guilty of more serious charges. A prosecution witness, the former exotic dancer known as the Punisher, called for Diddy to be freed.
I do believe justice is time
Punisher?
served. You know, and that's because I'm strict on what the law is. You know, his conviction is transportation. And, you know, it's kind of hard to wrap multiple years or long periods in jail for paying for transportation.
In a dramatic moment, 6 of Diddy's children gathered around a lectern and pleaded with the judge to set him free. The 55-year-old disgraced music mogul appeared to be crying when his son Quincy said he is totally transformed and will never again jeopardize his freedom.
The daughters especially barely able to hold it together, just crying so much, looking at their father. Even we saw Sean Diddy Combs put his head into his hands when one of his daughters started speaking.
But Diddy's ex-girlfriend...
Why do we give a fuck about everybody else in the courtroom and how they feel?
Oh, his kids are crying. Hey, mommy, daddy's having prostitutes over. I would cry too if my dad was having prostitutes. Who the fuck cares? Your dad is a creep. Your dad is a good, bad man.
My problem is we're not focusing on the sentencing, which is what we need to be focusing on. We're focused on like the... It's like a celebrity breakdown thing of like, this celebrity was crying and gossip stuff.
God.
Not the sentencing, which is supposed to be the main focus of the whole
verdict.
thing.
What is the verdict?
And Cassie Ventura,
Can
who
I
was
get 1 hour
severely
with the
beaten in
Punisher?
this notorious surveillance
Yeah.
Okay,
video,
he's beating his...
wrote to the judge supporting the prosecution's call for an 11-year prison sentence. His victims and survivors will never be safe, she wrote. The defense played an 11-minute video portraying Diddy as a loving dad, a dutiful son caring for his sick mom, grieving after the death of Kim Porter, the mother of 3 of his children, and doing good works like helping found a charter school in the Bronx.
Quite.
Sorry, everyone's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Chanel just decided to whine at the door for like 20 minutes and is now not taking a poop. But and that's 4 years, and he's literally throwing her. That's the only recorded CCTV footage, keep in mind of that, of him beating her. That's one time. But actions like that in a public space means that the behind the wall, behind the door, so much worse. If that man has the confidence to put his hands on her in public like that, what is going on behind closed doors that we are not seeing? Genuinely, why does he think that that's okay? Oh, but his daughters were crying. His dad was crying. I was like, I don't care. I don't care who's crying. Oh, but his wife, his mom, I don't care. You raised a piece of shit son. He's beating his girlfriend up in a hallway and having a prostitution orgy in the other room. Oh, I'm sad. Okay, be better. I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for anybody besides probably his kids because, oh, your daddy's a piece of shit. I wonder how they were raised. if they're going to be okay.
It's not showing us on this side the raid, but we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the raid.
Sorry, we use Rumble Studio to stream because Rumble's trying to get us to work over here and do this shit. But yeah, we coming in rated shit. I guess we're gonna have to keep chat. We're gonna keep going for a few for you guys, but let me just end this recording. Ali, go ahead and end that one.
Oh, okay.
Camera.
Chanel just puked.
Chanel being a little biatch chat. But hey, guys. Hello, all the Raiders. We're just covering a handful of things. We're covering the Diddy case very, very briefly. What else did you guys want to cover really quick while we have a few? Gets 4 years, 2 months in prison 11 hours ago. I kind of liked all the war shit we were covering before. That was way more fun. Let's see what else is going on with Hamas.
Keep in mind, though, that it makes it, for the people who aren't in the military, who don't understand fully, it's hard for at least my brain to conceptualize like what we're talking about when it's like, oh, well, we're going to implement this law and this action, but it's like people that were really, I guess, raised or aware of how
Chat, can we get a spam on who rated us on Rumble so we can actually say thank you and that we we appreciate you and I don't look like a piece of shit right now?
So I don't know. At least to me, I don't like hearing about war. War is awful, but in my brain, it's hard for me to make sense of what's going on. Of war, you may have to like, what's it called? Sorry. I have a dog pressing her nose up against my leg.
You're talking really low again.
I have a dog pressing her nose up against my leg right now, so I'm trying to focus. But
Jeff Ahern, thank you so much, brother. Here, let me get this real
Ahern,
quick.
thank you.
The cocky check of justice.
The spider is no longer with us. I don't know where it went. Gaius is missing. I believe he ran off or he's dead. Yes, thank you so much for the raid, Jeff.
All right, here, let's go ahead and see what's going on with this Gaza plan, guys. If there's any other big updates or anything like that happening from the last time we covered it. This looks like gossipy type
Just
stuff.
go on. Some news outlets are updating hourly or every 30 minutes. If you go onto Google, they'll be showing you updated news outlets that are doing up-to-date stuff. Why do I want to keep the spider as a pet? I didn't want to keep it as a pet. I think that, God, I like spiders because they kill the bad bugs, and I feel like they get a bad rep. And I read a really sad poem like 3 years ago about spiders, and it was like, I didn't realize the mistake of being seen would get me killed because they literally just look creepy, but they don't really do anything to us. And I felt bad about that because I was like, oh, damn, it's just because you're ugly that everyone steps on you, and you're skittish. And then everyone just stomps on them, and I'm like,
ugly bitch.
No, it's not fair. You know, like that's like the equivalent. Like, you know what? We'll do this. Imagine like the scariest person you know, and you're like, oh my God, stay away from me. But they're actually like helping you, and all of these like they're actually like, no, let me get rid of these nasty things over here, like the bugs and the ticks and the flies. I'm gonna keep the guy around. Just because he looks scary doesn't mean that I should kill him. So I didn't want to keep it as a pet because, frankly, I freak out over small like things that move very fast, like mice. No. Grasshoppers? Fuck no. I don't. Yeah, I'm getting nervous talking about it. I don't like grasshoppers. They're shifty and they jump on you and you don't know where they're going. But spiders, just let them go unless they're trying to come at you. Or if they're in your bed, then you kill them. There's no coming back from that.
Eat that spider's ass. Okay. So here, let's see. 31 minutes ago. Let's try and cover this.
Cover the North Korea Wi-Fi crash. The North Korea Wi-Fi crash. What happened?
Is that a real thing?
I think it just barely did. Everyone's like, yo.
Let's see.
Yeah, spiders need to just stay outside the house, but I don't try to kill them. I try to just like relocate them, especially tarantulas. They don't like aggress you. They're kind of just like, yeah, get the fuck away from me. So.
Not seeing anything on it right now, guys.
Oh.
All right.
How do you pronounce his name? Netanyahu? Not on your
Net and Yahoo.
Netanyahu.
Netanyahu. So like fishnet, net, A-N-N, net, N, and then like
Yahoo?
Yahoo.
Like
yeah.
the search.
Search or the drink. Net and Yahoo.
Not on Yahoo. No.
Craziness. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna get killed.
What are we covering? Trump urges swift action. Guys, there's no good updates on this. Like they are running out of fucking time.
Lots
They are
of protests.
truly running out of fucking time.
Lots of protests, it looks like. A lot of people are protesting.
God, Rumble, we going crazy over here. I
Rumble.
appreciate y'all.
Say something.
Jesus, now I love how the fact that we covered like a majority of the topics, and
everyone
now
wants to hang
everybody
out.
comes over here and wants to hang out. I'm like,
Hey,
fuck!
Let's hang out.
Shit! Makes us look.
No, say something controversial. Let me see if I do agree with you or disagree with you.
Okay.
Make it on something that you know. Make me go,
Anybody can say the N-word?
Okay. Why do you feel that way?
Because it's a word, and if you're telling me that I can't say it based off of my skin color, there's quite literally a problem, and that is racism.
No, I don't disagree with you. It's just me personally. It just isn't something that would flow out of my mouth. Not
Well,
that
that's
it's,
fine.
Not that it's anything like.
No, see, then this is the other thing. You feel like you need to protect yourself on it, or why as to you wouldn't say it, evolves into like a different issue. Like it just doesn't. Now, can it be said in a racist or like extremely vulgar way? Absolutely. Like, you know, just because you can say something doesn't mean, because it can be, anything can be said
Right.
maliciously,
Right.
right? But yeah.
No, I hear you on that. I think it's just all based on personal experience of what. Like for me personally, I was not fond of saying certain things, just because I had grown up in a place where that was not allowed by that, and I almost got my booty kicked with a bike peg.
Christina
Got her booty ate.
So I just had learned at a very young age to censor my language because I almost paid the price for it.
So you had to censor your language. That's the problem.
Yes, but I was very young at that point.
You said something and people resulted to violence.
and I'm not saying that's okay by any means. That just gave me at a very young age a certain character development. Like, I don't want to put myself in a position, not that I do think that it's a problem to say, like I do think it's a problem to say like malicious things, but I would never say something to be malicious. And so I had, growing up, was like, I just want to be careful of like hurting other people's feelings. So I just try to keep mind on what comes out of my mouth, just because I want to be someone that can provoke love and peace. And I do think we have an issue with like being sensitive and being like negative, and cancel culture. That's a huge thing nowadays. So obviously I'm not going to censor myself to walk on eggshells around everybody, because everyone's a victim over something. It doesn't fucking matter what. There's always going to be a loophole. I'll be like, yo, it's the fucking waffle theory where it's like, I like waffles. Oh my God, you fucking hate pancakes, you stupid slut. I'm like, I never said that. I just said I like waffles. Like, it's, I'm not going to walk on eggshells around you, but I will never go out of my way to try and talk down to somebody or try to provoke a negativity towards anybody, because there's so much of that everywhere. It's not even worth it. Why even be in the...
Yo, Bradley, thank you so much for the donut. I greatly appreciate it. Here, let me give y'all one more cocky check on that.
Zooey mama.
And then we're going to get into this. Apparently, an armed car rams into federal agents. What the fucky?
Oh, no. Oh, my God, you're pointing it at me. Why are you flagging me?
I'm not flagging her at all,
Hey,
chat.
why is he pointing that at me? Somebody get the fuck...
She's trying to set me up. It ain't gonna happen.
Set you up? It
ain't
we
gonna
all
happen.
saw it. We saw it. That's crazy work. Is that a real gun? No, that's a Nerf gun. It's a real gun. It's real.
This is my living room gun.
Should I go get the other one? Should we both have guns?
No. Let's go ahead and cover this for the people.
Give this girl a gun.
It's more of a meme gun. Don't worry, guys.
Coleman, she has the latest on this morning's attack on law enforcement in Illinois. Christina.
Oh, no.
Hi, John. DHS Assistant
see.
Secretary Tricia McLaughlin says law enforcement officers were boxed in by 10 cars this morning in Broadview, Illinois, the very same area where anti-ICE crowds have been gathering for days. She said, quote, agents were unable to move their vehicle and exited the car. One of the drivers who rammed the law enforcement vehicle was armed with a semi-automatic weapon. She says law enforcement fired defensive shots at an armed U.S. citizen who drove herself to the hospital to get care for wounds. McLaughlin also said that the armed woman was named in a CBP intelligence bulletin last week for doxing agents and posting online, hey, to all my gang, let's F them up. Don't let them take anyone. Very disturbing. Things got violent outside of the ICE facility in Broadview, Illinois.
So she's
again
causing
early
problems.
yesterday morning. Take a look at that with anti-ICE protesters clashing with
some of
law
this,
enforcement. Approximately
chat.
250 anti-ICE protesters gathered there. Federal agents fired pepper balls and tear gas to try and break up.
So I'm all for the peaceful protests and stuff like that. But the second it turns into a riot, you're
That's
done.
not
Shut the whole
peaceful.
motherfucking thing down. I literally said the other day, I was like, you know what? If it's so peaceful, we can put a little thingy here and a little thingy here and a little piece of rope that says do not cross.
And they shouldn't cross it.
And you shouldn't cross it.
Nope.
But if it's crossed, you're not obeying laws.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of the fucking street. This is disorder. This is a riot, okay? Fucking bring out the rubber bullets, bring out the fucking flashbangs, all that shit. Arrest everybody, and you have 2 minutes to evacuate. The fox is right there.
Where?
See him?
Oh my God, it's so fucking cute. He's going to the spot. Oh,
We have a gray fox that lives in the backyard, guys.
oh my God, wait, I love him.
Is he eating from the deer feeder?
I don't want to get up. I'm scared. He's
No,
gonna
let him
run.
chill. Let him chill.
We're just gonna let him sit there. Oh, he's so tiny and small. He's literally like a tiny cat. He's a small little guy. Going back to this, though, I feel like it's not even protesting at this point. It's like,
It's
oh,
not.
we're showing up for a protest, and then it turns into an intimidation test
The
real
crowd
fucking quick.
blocking
Like,
Absolutely.
oh, look at how many of us
Today,
there are.
Illinois
Like,
Governor
we're gonna
J.B.
box you
Pritzker
in.
put out
It's
a
like,
statement saying the
It needs
Trump
to be shut the
administration
fuck
intends
down.
to federalize 300 members of the
gosh.
Illinois National Guard
That
in the
looks so
coming
chaotic.
hours.
Yes,
Pritzker said,
do
quote,
it.
This morning, the Trump administration's Department of War gave me an ultimatum. Call up your troops or we will. It is absolutely outrageous and un-American to demand a governor send military troops within our own borders and against our will.
Okay,
hold on.
dude.
No,
What?
no.
Yeah, he's calling for you to aid the officers who are being harassed by the civilians because you are not fucking policing the state and people that you are governing, dumbass. Realistically, the military need to be there a while ago.
Yes. Well, what weren't they supposed to be there a while ago? And everyone's like, no.
Dumb fucking shit fuck over here doesn't want them to be, apparently.
Illinois was like, no, we don't need you. Like, we can take care of it ourselves. And then things have just continued to escalate. And they're like, no, it's un-American to have the military troops in our borders against our will. Last time I checked, we're all still in a fucking America. And if you can't, it's, I'm going to go back to the teacher reference. Everyone has a classroom. Like, everyone has their own state, okay? And the principal, the president, is going to make sure all of the classrooms, all of the states are functioning. If you have a classroom that is fucking going nuts, screaming down the hallways, they're not following directions, the kids are outlandish and doing things that they know are not correct, and the teacher's like, no, don't come in my classroom. I can handle it, and nothing's being changed. Of course, the principal's going to go in and be like, no, obviously you cannot handle this. Let me step in and make sure everyone is safe.
I want to ask this guy, like, what are you going to do then? Because there's disorder. Like, fix it, man.
Pritzker maintains that there's no need for military troops on the ground in Illinois, and he says he will not call up the National Guard. Meantime, in Portland, another city with ongoing violence.
Okay, so what about the people who are getting harassed and assaulted?
Right, like,
You're not protecting anybody. Like, how many people have to get hurt?
It's selective.
Well, what about when we call in the National Guard? Do you think people are you don't think people are going to get hurt when I have to call in the National? Yeah, bad people are going to get hurt, as they should.
Outside of an ICE facility, a fist fight broke out between an ICE supporter and anti-ICE protester.
I saw this.
Now, you could see there in that video that
Oh, yeah, this
that
is
was
good.
a conservative influencer who had been arrested by
this.
Portland police.
Ridiculous.
Explained to our Bill Malugin what had happened. He has since been released. But
Thank
there you
God.
go.
He
You
was
can see that
defending
fist
himself
fight
'cause the dude
between
was
that,
harassing
ICE
him.
protester and anti.
Look at this pussy
ICE
lay on the ground.
Supporter.
Fucking bitch
there
boy.
You go. There you
Get
see
up,
him
fat
laid
fuck.
out. That's just some of the ongoing violence there. Now, federal authorities say local politics is impacting police involvement. Take a listen.
Unfortunately, local police has been restricted from responding or cooperating at all with federal authorities, which is completely absurd.
Also last night, Portland police say they arrested 2 men who refused to get out of the street and engaged in aggressive behavior toward each other during the protests. Again, just some of the ongoing violence in that area, John. Very, very disturbing.
Keyword violence.
Christina Coleman.
Keyword violence. I thought this was peaceful.
We just, pardon me, received this statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office. The Chicago U.S. Attorney's Office is aware of this serious incident, which placed officer life and safety at risk.
It's even general safety,
This Department
too.
of Justice
seriously
does
Mob
not
mentality is
tolerate
not
assaults
safe.
and obstruction of our brave men and women in federal law enforcement. We will investigate and prosecute all those who assault or obstruct federal law enforcement, including public officials, and we will hold them accountable to the full extent of the law. That statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to.
Why? It's just like the lack of shit getting done is fucking insane, people.
I genuinely, I sit here and I'm like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, I want to know in their brains, what do you think is going to happen? What is the result that you're looking for right now? With these acts that we're going about? Oh, it's peaceful. No, it's not. If it was peaceful, you wouldn't be on the news.
Crackdown. Christina.
Absolutely.
So what do you think is going to happen? Well, I can't believe you guys deployed the National Guard on us. You can't contain yourselves.
You're not behaving. Now I need to be your daddy.
You should go over there and handle it.
I-
Go over there and be like, hey, you stop.
Bro, if I'm like, hey, can I just start laying motherfuckers out and like start fucking just I need some flashbangs. I need some. Bro, that's the thing. You give one dude the resources, he'll clear out the whole bitch and the whole fucking thing. But they won't. They apparently they like the chaos.
It's
I
like
don't
gentle
understand.
parenting versus actual parenting. I'm gentle parenting the situation. Your boundaries are being tested. You're having issues with respect. Gentle parenting may not just work for that.
The latest. Hi, Christina.
No.
Hi, Mike. Portland police says their rapid response team arrested 2 men who refused to get out of the street and engaged in aggressive behavior toward each other during the protests last night. Also, the DOJ is launching an investigation into the arrest of independent conservative journalist Nicholas Sorter. He was one of a number of people arrested Thursday night by Portland police during the protests. After he was released from jail, he told Fox News that he never expected to get arrested.
I'm being jumped by Antifa thugs.
Oh.
I get back up, I stumble away, and go back toward cops where I think, at least,
Be
all right, well,
taken
maybe that'll
care
be
of.
a safer place for me to go.
Also in Portland, during the ongoing violence outside the ICE facility there, a fistfight broke out between an ICE supporter and
Punching him
anti-ICE
directly in the
protester
temple. I love it.
Thursday night. Police were not there to intervene. Federal authorities
all
say
the
local
bystanders?
politics is impacting police involvement.
Bystander effect. Everyone just tends to like
Unfortunately,
this.
local police has been restricted from responding or cooperating at all with federal authorities, which is completely absurd.
How are we doing more viewership
And
than the
things
Alex
also
Jones
got
show
violent
right now,
outside
chat?
of the
This is
ICE
insane.
facility in Broadview, Illinois, again
We appreciate
early
y'all.
yesterday
thank
morning
you.
with anti-ICE protesters.
Chat, do you
clashing
guys
with
like
law
Alex Jones or
enforcement.
no?
Broadview's mayor blames federal authorities for the
Be honest.
chaos.
When you see agents dispersing tear gas or chemical minutia or rubber pellets, what do you call it? It's unacceptable. We don't need to be
Why did that happen?
policed. We know how to maintain.
Do you?
Well, officials within the Trump
If you knew how to be
administration
maintained
feel
and
differently
not-
based on
Why are
the
there so many
ongoing
riots in the
violence during the
fucking
protests
street?
We
outside
know
the
how to
ICE
maintain.
facility in
We don't need to be
Broadview,
policed.
Illinois.
Then
Just
why
a
did it happen?
Crazy fucking. We
Right.
don't like being
Welcome to Reporting
police.
Live, Christina. Thanks very
Make
much.
no sense.
For more, let's bring in former Assistant U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C. and Senior Legal Fellow at the Heritage Foundation, Cully Stimson. Cully, welcome.
Hi there.
So what do you make
I'm
of the
fully on.
reaction
Hold
in
everyone
Portland,
accountable.
Oregon?
So Portland joined the Union in 1859 as part of the Union. And part of the bargain you get when you become a state in this republic is that you have to allow for the enforcement of all laws, including federal laws, including ones you may not agree with.
Right.
So I actually think the blame lies with local leaders who don't allow police
I was gonna say,
to
do
do
we
their
read
job.
the
The police are
InfoWars
clearly
Alex Jones show, but I don't know if that's
for
the
the
one.
enforcement of law, including federal law. I'm sure these local cops are friendly with the federal troops and the National Guardsmen. They're probably friends with them. And yet local leaders aren't allowing them to enforce the law. It's despicable, and they're
Why
the
are
ones
there,
to
like,
blame.
there's
Trump
the
wouldn't
Alex
have to do
Jones
any of
Network and then
this
the
if local leaders crack
Alex
down on
Jones
the laws
show.
there. Period.
A former acting DEA administrator has this message for the folks in Portland. Let's play it. I'll get you to react.
React 101.
The taxpayers are paying overtime for all these cops to be out there. But if they're not doing their job because these mayors and in these different cities and the city councils are directing them to stand by, I got news for Portland. The National Guard is coming. The Secretary of War, the President of the United States are not going to tolerate it.
Yes.
What's your take on that warning?
Love that guy.
Yeah,
He's right.
love that guy.
You don't get to selectively enforce the law. And if you're holding the reins
God
back
damn
on
fucking
the
facts.
you're funding.
That was
who
super
you're-
hot. Yeah, you don't get to select.
Selective
Oh well,
enforce
this
the law.
political fucking party, this type, these genders, these races. You don't get to select who the law applies to. It applies to everybody.
Yes.
Get fucked.
You don't get to cherry pick what law you're going to follow and when you aren't. And I also want to point out in these videos, they're like, we can handle ourselves. We're being peaceful. You're watching these armed, National Guard dudes, walking backwards, and you're watching the protesters engage and continue to push forward. And it's like, I thought, why? What are we doing? What are you doing? No, we don't need to be policed. We don't need to be maintained. Why are you pulling up on the guard and then not expecting them to retaliate with pepper balls? Dude, you're in their face.
Insane.
Well, it's my right to freedom of speech. Yes, freedom of speech.
Freedom
that
of
doesn't
speech
mean
is fine. You can't assault fucking
yes,
people.
you don't
dumbass.
get to get in someone's face. That's like me getting in your face and being like, "Hey, are you gonna? Yeah, you're not gonna allow that. You're gonna be like,
Fucking getting
dude,
cleared out.
say what you want. but
Lights out, Allie. God.
she's dead. Allie, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. That bald man got me horny.
They're asking to put their lives on the line every single day.
Sure.
And then you tell them, do your job with one hand behind your back. And oh, by the way, don't cooperate with the feds. You're a lawless person. You're a lawless politician, and you should resign in disgrace.
All right, let's pivot to Chicago. Illinois
Get 'em.
Governor J.B. Pritzker offering his
Fucking get 'em, my boy.
reaction to the surge in Chicago, saying, quote, federal agents reporting to Secretary Kristi Noem have spent weeks snatching up families, scaring law-abiding residents.
Is this the same fucking dude?
That's from Illinois. That's the Illinois.
Why do they look the same? Why do they look like the same fucking person?
Oh no. Oh no.
Violating due process rights and even detaining U.S. citizens. They failed to
Bro, if
focus
you're
on
out in the
violent
streets doing
criminals
this shit during a
and
riot,
instead
fuck
create
you.
panic
Free
in our
pickings, bitch.
communities. How do you respond?
It's a tremendous act of projection on his part. He's the one, his mayor is
Get
the
'em.
one that is not enforcing local law. It's the crime tsunami in Chicago, which I've written about, which I've talked about. I mean, there are parts of Chicago, as I've told you before, Mike, that are more dangerous than the war zones in Iraq and Afghanistan. So if they would do their jobs and unleash their police to do their jobs lawfully and work with local residents. By the way, Trump won. Okay, get over it. Right? Federal law
Fucking
applies
facts,
in Illinois,
bro.
which joined
Wait,
the
can you
Union right
pause
after
it? I have something to
1800.
say.
Yeah,
I literally used to be so against, I thought Trump was, I was like, okay, that's enough speaking from you, buddy. He would get me pretty fucking flustered with his language. However, it's like, do I agree with the things that comes out of his mouth sometimes? No, I think he's funny. I'm like, holy shit, you're the president. Let's maybe think about certain things that come out of our mouth before we say them to the to the nation. However, I think he's been doing excellent at standing on business, standing his ground, laying down the law. And if you don't like it, how do you think he got elected, everyone? Do you think one person got to pick? No. There's a reason why he is the president, and it's not because one person got to pick. The nation voted. The nation voted. That is who is in the chair. That is the president. Get over it. You can cry about it all you fucking want. You don't have to like it. Get over it. Move on with your life. You whining about it isn't going to do anything about it. And that's the same bullshit we were talking about earlier. If you're going to whine about something, congratulations. Now you're just bugging your neighbor. What are you guys going to do about it? Nothing. Nothing. And that's just the way it is. So I completely agree with it. Get over it. This is how it is now. You bitching about it isn't going to change reality. Sorry. I feel like avoidance tantrums has been a thing I've been noticing lately, where people think if they throw a big enough fit, they get to avoid the consequences or their reality because no one wants to deal with your upscaled emotion. Sorry, I don't care about your upscaled emotion. Here's fucking reality. No one's going to tiptoe around your feelings anymore.
Just so you guys know, she used to be fair, she used to dislike that man very much. And there's things I do like, things I don't like. Like I said, guys, I'm a centrist. Republicans, Democrats, both of y'all, get fucked, man. I'm in the middle.
Fuck both of you.
Fuck them. Like, dude, situation dictates. I think both have great policies for very certain things. The situation dictates. Not all solutions on this side or this side work for any and all problems.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not the way things are.
Yeah.
And I was telling Ali on some things. I'm like, well, don't get emotional for a minute. Like, listen to what he's saying about this. Listen to what he's saying about that. And, go off of that. Not just, has he said some wrong things?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not things I completely agree with. Because he does, generalize a lot of people as whole groups.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, no, it's not all of those people. It's not all of these people. But,
Dirty Bird.
I'm all for a handful of things.
Dirty Bird, thank you for the raid. Hello, how you doing?
Dirty Bird, let's get it, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I think Trump just really pissed me off a long time ago when he was like, grab that woman by the pussy. And I was like, no.
Oh, yeah.
Abso-fucking-lutely. That really ticked me sideways because it's like what I was saying earlier, where it's like if you say this nationally to a whole country of like, yeah, you grab that woman by her pussy, all these dudes are gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna grab you by your pussy. No, don't touch me.
I got a hat for her that said that.
Don't touch me. Don't come near me. Don't think you can come up and think that that's cute. It's not cute. It's not gonna get you anything. I will literally pull a gun on you if you try to come up to me and touch my genitals. Don't fuck.
But he's not enforcing grab her by the pussy.
He did no, but if you're gonna say that to the nation, what are you promoting?
He didn't say that to the nation.
Sorry, if you're gonna say that on a televised TV show that's gonna be broadcasted to the nation, I don't care. Don't say stupid shit. That's all I have to say.
He wasn't the president.
He wasn't the president at the time.
Was it not
I get
decades
that.
before?
It's not fair to hold him because everyone grows. You can't hold me accountable from something I said 6 years ago because at this point I'm a changed person with a different mindset.
People are going to hate all the M-words I've dropped on camera when I'm running for president in a couple of years. I know you guys aren't going to like that.
I
but
understand the logic behind that, but emotionally, that's...
October Skies with the kicks. Thank you so much, God. I appreciate you.
Thank you, October Skies. But yes, that really ticked me sideways. And for the longest time, I could not get over that because I was like, this man is my president. And
yeah, Omnific Productions. That's what I tried to. I tried to tell her. He said that on a hot mic moment during a behind the scenes moment during Access Hollywood filming, and I'm like, that's the reality of it. I'm like, anybody can make anything sound bad out of context, and that's what happened. And I'm like, he was saying his own shit with his own buddies on his own thing. And we all talk a certain type of way and say some absolutely wild, outlandish shit behind closed doors, and that's okay. Are we trying to do anything malicious? No. So, let's not make it said thing.
Maybe just don't.
Now look at her.
No, maybe just don't say stupid shit. And if you don't
Are you
want
policing people's speech?
Say what you want, but there are
like how you did and you almost got attacked?
There are consequences to the actions of your words. I'm not saying freedom of speech, but freedom of speech... But everything has consequences. And that is one consequence was me. I was like, no.
Gotcha with the cocky check.
Hey, yo. Stop flagging me.
People are going to think I'm actually flagging you.
If this thing goes off, it's going to... I'm getting grazed. I'm getting grazed.
She's not getting grazed.
Bye. So yeah, basically.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. It's like learn the context,
Yes,
dumbass.
context behind
Like,
everything
people
is important.
just don't understand.
And that's what I was saying earlier was like, it's the 30, because I was a victim of the 30-second clip. I saw the 30-second clip of him saying that, and I was like,
she was done.
Fuck you. You're dead to me. I don't want anything to do with this. I don't like going out in public and feeling uncomfortable because people think they have like a right to touch me because someone said that. Like, and obviously that's not the case. That wasn't the reason why that was said. It was very behind the scenes, like context. But I was a victim of the 30-second clip. Watched the whole clip. I understand context. Still don't agree with saying it, but it was not intended for how it came out. But it just didn't sit well with me for a very long time. And that really just rubbed me the wrong way. And Nico and I had a very long conversation one morning because I was like, I just don't know how to feel because I get the logistics behind things and realistically we are making progress. But emotionally, I was like, I am a woman and I get scared sometimes being in public because dudes are creepy. You know, I don't want to be the next girl on the newscast station. You know, it's nerve-wracking. So that's just something that didn't sit. Are you fucking vlogging right?
Yeah, the vlogs you don't want to see. We did kind of good for the first Brutally Honest podcast.
But yeah, I realized that context matters. That obviously was not the full clip. Yes, I became educated on the topic. I learned about it. It just took me a minute to get there because I was also one of the many that got influenced based upon a 20-second clip when it was like a 6 to 10 minute show. So obviously we learn here, and that's how we get a well-rounded answer, but it definitely took me some time. But I do think that the president is doing a great job despite what people say. You don't have to like his personality. He's doing what he needs to do. And that's all that matters.
Do you have job other than being, I don't know why it did this, streamer? No, I'm retired, dude. I just kind of chill and just do whatever now, man. We got that disability paycheck, did all my investments and stuff. So we just chilling and bringing in the news now, brother. Yo, Bongwater with the 5-bomb, baby. Let's go, chat. Do we need to get more guns really quick as we continue to cover some of these news stuff?
Can I get one?
Get one what?
A gun?
Sure, Allie. Go ahead and get a gun.
Okay.
She walks away with the fucking headset on.
That was almost bad.
Almost destroyed everything. Yo, Bongwater, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you. Sure. Yeah, no more dudes in dresses, bro. Enough of that bullshit. Hey, Mo, get in the strap. Oh, great. Oh, Lord. Okay, you got to do a cock check for Bongwater really quick.
Okay.
Yeah. No fat generals, no dudes in dresses, hashtag Secretary of War Hegseth. Oh, Lord.
I'm just making sure we're safe. Okay. Sorry, this is kind of uncomfortable to hold. Okay, imagine it's loaded.
It's not. You just cleared it.
I know. But can you imagine? I just
You got to give them the closed cock check.
What?
You got to close the dust cover and do it.
Close it?
Yes.
It's closed.
No, it's not.
Oh, I didn't know what you're talking about.
She's learning.
I was like, man, what are you doing? Welcome.
Welcome to Brutally Honest.
This is what happens if you touch me without my consent.
Okay, put the gun down. Thank you.
Are we good?
And so federal law, including immigration law, applies in Illinois. So cooperate. It's their fault that Trump is sending those folks there because they're not doing their job and they're for illegal immigration. And so Trump is like, look, I won on this. I even won the swing states. Get over it. And if you're not going to do your job, I'm going to second my folks to there to help them do their job.
Okay, to the sentencing of this would-be assassin of Justice Brett
Back to the
Kavanaugh,
kitchen, guys.
Nicholas
We're
Rossman,
already
now
in the
goes by
kitchen.
Sophie, sentenced to
Yeah,
8
we are in the
years.
kitchen.
DOJ was seeking 30
Yeah, all guns are
years.
loaded. If you don't have your
What do you
guns
think of that?
loaded,
Well, it's a
you're about to
overtly
be a
light
victim.
sentence.
Drop the mag in the other room.
I agree with Carrie Severino's comment earlier that you put up on the screen.
Who the fuck is
and
this guy?
remember, there is precedent for the Department of Justice
Yeah, wait, why are we?
appealing light sentences and winning. So
Who's
the Benghazi bomber, murderer, thug,
Oh, that's him?
a guy named Katala, he was sentenced to a light sentence here in D.C. District Court. The judge gave him a light sentence. The U.S. Attorney's Office sought an appeal, and the D.C. Circuit, the second highest court in the land here in D.C., reversed and said, sentence him more harshly. In fact, what they said was the sentence was substantively unreasonably low in light of the
shotguns more her
gravity of his
speed.
crimes.
Yeah, a little bit.
They're going to use that language in this appeal, and I think the
Okay, come on, give us something good. Like, I want these news updates to be a little bit more quicklier right now, but like all the news outlets, I get it. They've kind of covered a majority of the shit. 20-minute DHS officials just shot armed woman in Chicago. I think they already briefly covered that. I'm trying to see the videos,
He
guys.
said, she said, where it should go.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult.
See, wait, that's what I was talking about. Scroll down.
What?
Israel strikes Gaza following Hamas agreeing to some parts of the peace agreement. That's what I was referring to earlier.
That is some strong ass two buildings.
معقول عند الكلية عند كلية المجتمع رجال لا والله تقريبا عند الكلية
Are they just saying that, or
I don't
like
know.
was
Scroll to
there
the end.
actually like a bomb?
Or maybe this is the aftermath. Maybe we're looking at the aftermath.
Bro, this shit been looking like that since like 2017, man.
Hold on,
Fucking
hold on.
A. It's
Hold
been
on,
fucked up.
Hold on.
Yeah, when's the crusade, bro? Let's ride on some fucking horses, fuck some shit up.
Someone said, "Oh no, Israel broke the deal." Shocking.
Yeah. Oh no, now we gotta go fucking kill everybody. Let's get it. Like what the fuck? Bro, it is rubble land. Like, not to say, you know, they're supposed to be doing that, but I mean, come on. Wrong thing. Wrong thing, guys.
That's me and Nene's loading screen, in case you were wondering.
This is all we're getting, people?
I think it's literally just the aftermath.
Fucking
I think what
garbage
you're seeing right
bullshit.
now. Someone said, "What is there left to strike?"
That's kind of what I'm saying right now. Like, not to say that it's right or anything like that, but like, what else do you kind of want? If you guys wanted to be like, you guys are just like scaling YouTube and da 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 da. We already kind of covered a bunch of news articles, and we all got extremely bored. We already did our full episode. We just appreciate the hype between y'all. What?
Fox is back. The fox is back.
We got a fox in the backyard, guys. In case you're wondering. Hi, little fox. I'm gonna end up killing that fucking fox one day if
And
he
we have
kills
2
our
raccoons.
chickens. Yeah, we got
2 raccoons, a fox. That's all we've seen so
Snake.
far. Snake. Spiders.
4 chickens. Yeah, we got a few.
I'm just making eye contact with it. It's my little baby. I want to domesticate it.
It's illegal here in the state of Texas.
the
I already
chickens,
told her
though,
she cannot do that.
we're gonna have to kill it.
Yeah.
I really hope we don't. But there he goes. Bye, friend. See you later.
Lock in. The people need your attention.
Okay.
Just some extra breaking news for you. As you know, we are following every kind of bit of momentum that there possibly is regarding Donald Trump's 20-point peace plan after Hamas has responded to it. And now the Israeli...
Hold the fuck on. Is that who we just clicked on? No. I don't want to watch them, guys. I'm discrediting a lot of what they're going to say, even though people said they're extremely credible. We'll finish. If they have any footage, I want to see it, but...
I read an article about them yesterday, and the way that they had worded their article was very obvious what agenda was trying to be
Fuck
pushed.
America,
and I was like,
Islam is all. Like, this is the fucking news outlet that's going to praise dead Americans set on fire. So fuck them in their face.
To. We've just learned from Donald Trump in a posting on social media about what he thinks about latest developments regarding the ceasefire proposal. He's provided an update on what's been discussed. His post says, after negotiations, Israel has agreed to the initial withdrawal line, which we have shown to and shared with Hamas. When Hamas confirms the ceasefire will be immediately effective, the hostages and prisoner exchange will begin, and we will create the conditions for the next phase of withdrawal, which will bring us close to the end of this 3,000-year catastrophe. Let's try and help you understand what is meant by the withdrawal line. On Monday in the White House, Donald Trump and the Israeli leader released this particular map, which you can probably just about work out. The withdrawal line he's referring to is this line in yellow, which shows the Israeli forces plans to gradually pull their troops further to the east, so further towards Israel proper, further towards the borders of Gaza. The plan continues with suggesting also a second withdrawal phase after that, following further implementation of the plan, followed by a third withdrawal phase, which includes a security buffer zone. So what we're talking about
Miss
is
Go
the
Blue with the
initial
kicks. Let's
withdrawal
go.
line,
Gershon, I appreciate you guys
which
keeping
would
up the
be
great work.
agreed to
Thank you
by
so much, Miss Go
Israel
Blue. We appreciate you.
after
Miss Go Blue.
negotiations.
To give her
So
a
no
Monty
indication that this is going to happen immediately. It's
my Miss
all
Go Blue.
contingent.
You're her Miss Go Blue. Ali's a lesbian.
I said Miss Go Boo. Miss Go Blue is my Miss Go Boo. Ow! Did I do it right?
Because she has her nails done.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Upon negotiations moving forward. Let's go live to Rosalind Jordan in Washington, D.C. Rosalind, what we know about
Lion King,
negotiations
that's what I'm
is that
saying,
Jared
man. I'm like,
Kushner
Al Jazeera
and
is-
Steve Witkoff, both Middle East envoys acting on behalf of U.S. President Donald Trump, are heading to Egypt to try and make
Didn't
these
Hamas
plans
partially
a reality.
confirm?
What more do we know about what they have been
they have until
tasked
tomorrow
with doing?
too. You can agree to the fucking ceasefire and the plan all you want verbally, but unless your actions say another thing, like you could say, yeah, I'm agreeing as you execute every single one of the 48 fucking, hostages left. That's not complying. We need absolute compliance via action, not compliance via words.
Well, that's about all that we know about what the Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and the president's son-in-law Jared Kushner have been requested to do.
Is this bitch a
Ostensibly,
hostage?
this
What
is
the
going
fuck?
to involve meetings with Egyptian, Qatari, Jordanian, and other mediators who are, and then in turn are working with Hamas negotiators on trying to figure out exactly what the withdrawal lines should be, what the other military conditions should be in order for this ceasefire to take effect. It's not clear how long that is going to take. There is concern both among the Americans and the Israelis, as we have heard on Saturday, about Hamas possibly trying to find any way to delay the implementation of this ceasefire, despite the statement that Hamas put out on Friday saying that it agreed in general terms to the Trump administration's proposal for a ceasefire agreement. But
I'm so sorry, my
certainly,
brain is, like,
given
lagging.
the
She
president's
makes me
she
want to fucking
speaks,
kill myself
It's
right
like
now.
this.
She
And then we
just pissed me
decided
the fuck off.
to make a general agreement on the agreement of.
That's what I'm saying. Is she
the
reading from like
agreements
a script with
We're
like
on
a
our way
gun pointed to her
into
head
a
right now?
He said, she said, where should go?
Beyond these gates, everything changes because as we pass this fence, we're in Gaza and in a war zone.
We are in Kaka.
We're here with the Israeli military. It is the only way journalists can gain any access to Gaza, so they decide where we go and what we see.
They
But what
control where we
witness
go and what we
is
see.
Staggering. Around us, the devastation is obvious and undeniable. Whatever these buildings were, they are now.
Where the
ruins.
fuck are the Ukraine
It's like
tactics,
an
man? Let's get some
earthquake has
fucking
rippled
drones up in
and
this
never
bitch.
stopped. How can you rebuild this? We're now entering a very active combat zone, so we switch vehicles. So we've seen the devastation between the border of Gaza and that drop-off point. We've now transferred into the armored personnel carrier. It's noisy. It's very dusty.
Yeah, Hamas is a terrorist organization, guys. Hamas is a terrorist organization.
Inside, we are sealed away. We track our progress using the vehicle's cameras, glimpses of destruction.
For those of you guys tuning in late for a majority of the main podcast episode that we filmed, it's going to end up going up tomorrow. But for a majority of what we filmed, we talked about how Hamas is a terrorist organization. And it's like, okay, the last time I checked, the United States of America does not negotiate with terrorists. So what is this evolving into?
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Until we arrive. The door opens, revealing the town of Tel El Hawa in the battered south of Gaza City. Once an affluent suburb, it has been pounded for the past week. At its heart is this, the Jordanian hospital. The IDF claims this was used by dozens of Hamas fighters, a claim that Jordan denies emphatically. Israel's military told us they had left this site untouched for fear of hurting the patients inside, and it's now been evacuated. From this vantage point, I spoke to Soldier A, insistent that despite the huge death toll in Gaza, Israel does try to protect civilians while war rages.
First of all, you can see with your own eyes, the hospital is untouched. We don't touch it, we don't fire at it, because we know that there are civilians there that Hamas is using. So you can see it with your own eyes. We're not doing it. We need to fight, right? We have to fight, and we do everything to keep the civilians safe.
The noise of war is everywhere. Just 2 miles from where I was standing, our colleagues on the ground filmed these attacks in other Gaza City suburbs. In places where people are still living. The places that haven't yet been abandoned. But in Tel El Hawa, there is no one. What you see a lot of here are military machines, soldiers, devastation and destruction. What you see very little of, about nothing of, are the locals, the Gazans, the people who used to live here, the ghosts of this town. You see a few leftover
nuked
bits,
from orbit.
like this, a bunch of fake flowers left in the rubble. The Gaza Health Ministry says more than 67,000 people have been killed since this war began nearly 2 years ago. A UN commission says that what's happening here in Gaza is genocide, an accusation I put.
I mean, like, this shit's all terrible. It's all bad. But the thing that pisses me off, guys, if I'm being completely transparent with everybody right now, is the shit has been like this for years. Yeah. And now it's a big deal because there's money involved. People want to be able, like the woke agendas, like, oh, we can get some attention this way. Not to say that it shouldn't be brought up. I think it should be covered because innocent people are dying. I guess I'm just, at the end of the day, I'm just so curious to see how this Gaza peace plan, I'm trying, I guess, not even Monday, because tomorrow is the 5th.
The 6th.
Because, no,
tomorrow's the 5th, but I think you're referring to the 6th.
Yeah, so tomorrow is the 5th. That's when the
cracks down.
Yeah, the crackdown for the Gaza peace plan is supposed to be enacted upon and enforced. So I guess I'm curious as to see what happens on the 6th. Like, who's getting fucked?
I wonder if we're going to watch this video back and we're either going to be like, holy shit, it got so much worse.
Or like,
or
oh,
if it's
like,
like, oh,
nothing
I've got
happened,
everything worked out.
you know?
Everything is fine. You know, it's kind of nerve wracking because there's a lot like this and one step.
Yeah. And it's weird because people, like I brought up in the beginning of the main like podcast, I was like, the whole religious war thing is the scary part.
Yeah.
But like,
we're right on the edge.
When you have a primarily Christian country getting involved in this war, it's like, okay, it's kind of like nerve wracking because we're trying to stop the violence from happening. We are not trying to pick one religion over the other, even though I don't agree with the ideals of like, you know, one more than the other. But we're not trying to kill another's religion right now. We're just trying to stop the violence. But it's like when you stop this war in particular right now, you're picking a side of religion technically. Because like I said, one is going to get fucked more than the other.
Very touchy.
Very touchy.
Very, very touchy.
To the IDF.
It's atrocious. Genocide has intent. Of course, there's mistakes. The IDF is determined, but genocide entails intent, and there's no intent of genocide. We're doing everything we can. Listen, we have to fight Hamas.
You want to stop the violence? Stop giving them missiles. Michael, I promise I will stop giving them missiles. Starting tomorrow, though.
After what they
I got more missiles.
It is time to leave Gaza City. Around us, the machinery rolls in. The fighting continues.
Crazy.
The shell casings on our vehicle testament to past battles. But officials tell us Hamas is now a diminished force.
It's obvious that Israel's military hardware massively overpowers Hamas. But what's becoming clear is that Israel also...
It's like, yeah.
It's a huge thing.
I wish, dude, I wish we could just get so much more news in there, but the news is so limited to like talk about what the fuck is going on.
Yep. Very hard to we can only see what they want to show us.
Yeah, and once again, anybody new tuning in, if you guys are curious about like our religion and all that shit or like political status, fuck both parties. I'm a centrist. Yeah.
Right down the middle.
I think everybody's wrong.
Everybody sucks.
I think everybody sucks balls.
It's the Reddit forum.
Yeah.
Everyone sucks here.
I was like, nobody can admit when they're just like wrong. And
Who's the
like, you know,
asshole?
I was like, I'm an asshole all the time.
No, that's from the Reddit forum. Am I the asshole? And it's like people decide not the asshole. You're the asshole. Everyone sucks here or need more information. Are you familiar with the Reddit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just making
Sorry,
sure.
guys. I'm just doing one more scan to see why is my shit all over this shit.
Hey, who's that guy?
I was like, I just
Who
saw
are
myself like
you?
4 times. I'm over this.
How to counter drones? How to not get killed by drones? Crazy. Jeez.
Elon Musk has a message for Netflix subscribers. What?
Cancel your subscription. He's coming out with a new streaming service, and he's going to call it Tesla Tube.
Tesla Tube.
Come join Tesla Tube.
Can one side be okay? It's Al fucking Jazeera. They're just gonna post everything every hour until the fucking the time limits up. But all right, guys, I think that's got to be it for now. For the first episode of Brutally Honest. A lot of things going on in the world. My main thing, the violence, whatever the core root of it is. And now, like I said, a lot of people think they know what is going on. Nobody really knows what's going on. One side saying this, the other side of the fence is saying this, and we're just trying to dive into it, ask a bunch of questions for both sides, and see if we can find some type of opinion we can all agree on. One, at the end of the day, all of us, I think, is innocent violence needs to stop, or at least the collateral of all the unnecessary violence needs to stop.
Yeah.
But
Insight,
until
critical thinking.
next time, I love and I appreciate all of you. Hope you guys all have a great weekend. Please stay safe, and
Make good
thanks for
choices.
stopping by. Yeah, make good choices. Bye-bye now.